Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. My name is Joe, and I will be your Dungeon Master this evening. Great to have everybody here. It's great to finally... Two things. It's great to finally be back playing Isles of Iverion, but it's also finally great to be inside Nalore, unless they're gonna stall outside of the gates for 4 hours and then go into Nalore at the end of the session. I pray to God that doesn't happen. I can't take naming another session Nalore and then having to change it. But
something siege.
Pain.
Damn, got him.
Pain is all I feel anymore. Okay, so no reason to doubt. Let's go ahead and roll the intro and get into it. Alrighty, we are back. Oh, wait a second. Oh, shit, that was the wrong... Oh, man, that was the wrong slide. Okay, now we're back. All right. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. So, it's been a minute, but picking up where we left off. Our group of adventurers had finally made their way to Dragon's Bay, a city-state partially owned by the Tarkirian Trading Company, with the majority of the city itself being handled by a Duradine Dupree. Now, while that was the case with the city, our companions here did not exactly spend too much time in the city of Dragon's Bay. Although it was a sprawling, beautiful city, they decided to do some shopping, get a few things out of the way before heading into the sprawling, fiery forest of Nalore. A few things happened while they were inside the city. For one, Eurydice went on a little dancing excursion with Gunnar Mackey from the ship. And that was quite a bit of fun. Then also there was an exchange between Grok, Nalfian, and the Temple of Nalore that exists within the boundaries of Dragon's Bay. After some sleuthing and detecting, Grok was able to discover one of the keys that he needed, and that he was told to get by Davy Jones. He retrieved the key from one of the priests that worked there, and was able to head back to the tavern that they were staying at for the evening. Now, one thing did happen on their way. Yeah, you were. There's 3 keys. So, on their way back to the tavern, they were caught off guard by what seems to be a patrol of guards. Nalfian and Grok having been stopped and questioned as to what they were doing. Of course, they know that they were doing something very illegal, but they proclaimed that they were not. And after some discussion and some smooth words, you were able to go back to the tavern, luckily not having to go back to prison, or having to go to prison, I should say. You were able to be escorted back to your inn, and you then headed off to sleep to wake up the next morning to head into Nalore. Now, in Nalore, as you were exiting the city, you had purchased some horses, rented some horses, I should say, and you began to make your way into Nalore. Now, before you did, there was a small interaction between Twig and Den, or as all of you now know him, Brandon Bartold. Twig had asked him that he Twig had asked him to send a message to Aunt Beth, to communicate with her, to let her know that he was okay. And due to Twig's convincing, he did just that. He sent her a message, and she responded. She was so happy to know that he was alive and well, and she missed him and Twig very much. And that is right where we are going to pick up. All of you in that moment, right around 7:10, 7:20 in the morning, you begin to make your way into Nalore. Now, just the first hour of your journey is fairly easygoing, as you're not really in the forest yet, as there is a small area surrounding the city where the forest had been removed, as to not interfere with the city itself at all. But after an hour, you can start to see it in front of you. The shimmering red, orange, and yellow leaves, and almost the smell of smoke beginning to appear on the horizon. A roasting campfire, almost, as you begin to see Nalore. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. So, as you begin to make your way through the forest of Nalore, you can see that initially there are, like I said, there's that smell of smoke and a very campfire smell. You can also see that underneath you, at least for the most part, it's not very well maintained, but there is somewhat of a cobblestone road to sort of guide you on your path that, at least for as far as you can see right now, it does seem to stay along the road fairly well. Now, one interesting thing that all of you note as you are riding along is that first hour from getting from Dragon's Bay to the edge of Nalore was fairly easy, simple. There was nothing stopping you. There were no guards, no nothing. There were barely any people. There were some scattered farmlands and farmhouses, but other than that, there was really nothing going on. And then eventually you get to the edge of Nalore, and about another hour passes of just riding throughout Nalore. The edges, at least. After that first hour, things start to change a little. Where at first it was just shimmering golden and red leaves, or light cascading through the thinner, more transparent leaves, creating what looked like fire in front of you, or sort of the shadow of flame. But after an hour of riding through, just minding your own business, you can see that on the edges of some of the trees that are right next to the road, you can see what looks to be what is almost moss, but it is bright, vibrant orange and red and is currently crackling with flame. Just a burning flame on that piece of wood, but not encompassing the entire thing, not burning down the forest, but just contained. Just existing and living on that one piece of wood, and it starts to crop up more and more. And you can start to see up in the trees what look to be small birds sitting on branches until they open their wings and go to fly away, and there's no feathers, just wisps of flame that emerge off of their back and coast from tree branch to tree branch. So, riding through this forest, there's no doubt that it has this beauty to it. But getting close to any of the flames, you can feel that it is insanely hot, burning hotter and brighter than most campfires or even magical fires that any of you have felt. So this place definitely has some type of magic just ingrained into the soil, causing it to grow this way. Now, real quick, what is everyone's passive perception? I think that Twig is the highest, but I just want to be sure.
Look, I don't remember where it is on here.
Yeah, I was just about to say. A weird feeling that's like 15 or something, but I cannot see where it is.
It should be if you go.
In front of my character sheet.
Yeah, if you go to your so to get to your character sheet, you just go to the actors directory, which is the three little people up in the top right corner. And from there, it should just be right underneath your scores.
No, it's not.
No, it's not there.
No, it's a roll 20 thing, I think.
Mm.
Isn't it like...
Well, it's just your whatever your perception bonus is plus 10.
Yeah, well, mine's 13.
13 then.
13.
That might should be 15.
15. Okay.
Oh, plus 10, so then mine's 17.
17. Okay. Alrighty. So, Twig, as you are currently riding through, currently still sitting on the same horse that Den is on, the two of you riding together, as you are riding through, Twig, there are two things that you notice in this first hour. For one, off in the far distance, you can barely see it through the trees, what almost looks to be like a goat or a ram of some kind. Very, very large, curled, like almost like ivory horns, but just cascading with flame. And instead of a soft white or gray pelt, it is almost this color of brimstone, like a deep red mixed with swirling grays. Smoke coming off the back of it near the spine, with the flame cackling off the horns. Comes into sight, and then eventually out of it before you can point it out to anybody. But eventually, as you're getting closer to the end of the second hour, you can see that there is... looks to be a small ledge or cliffside. This entire area going up, which you would know from what you've read and what you've seen, and any of you who bothered to look at a map beforehand knows that Nalore isn't on a flat plain. It is an increasing in altitude the further south you go. So it's a very, very rocky, hilly, mountainous area. So you can see that on one of those cliff sides, you can see what almost looks like some type of humanoid. Bipedal, 2 legs, coming up to a chest with only 2 arms, a head. But the look of them is different than anything you've ever seen. Even the most extravagant knights that you saw walking around Raven Rock compare nothing to this individual that you see standing atop that ledge. They are wearing what looks to be maybe some type of chitinous material, but maybe bronze. It's just a yellowish hue, and they have this cloak coming off around their neck that looks to be sewn together from millions of those leaves that are all around you, cackling and burning with flame, and a helmet that seems to be made of the same material with small antlers or horns coming off the top of it, each one sprouting with small branches with smallers of those leaves coming off the top. And you can see that in one hand they hold what looks to be a glaive or a spear of some kind, with a blade of a light pink hue. And you can just see them sort of standing, watching, as you make your way through. It's up to you if you want to say anything.
They're like watching us or just like...
No,
like looking out.
they're definitely looking down at the sort of envoy of all of you moving through.
Okay, so they're above us and we're down below.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Suddenly, at least, like, kind of like pointed out to Din. I don't really want to be like getting everyone to just like, you know, do the collective group look up there because I feel like that looks a bit sus.
Okay.
But yeah, just like kind of nudged Din, just kind of like gesture up there.
Okay, so he'll look. Oh, all right. Well, I suppose that if it's not attacking now, that must be good. I hope maybe if we leave it alone, it'll leave us alone. I do think that when we stop, maybe, we should inform the others that there are at least people watching us. And
Oh, okay, but why would they be watching us in the first place?
I don't know. Mother always told me that in Nalore there were spirits that protected the forest. Maybe that's one of them. By the way,
Okay.
this is like exactly what you see right here.
Ooh, pretty.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I don't want to fight that.
No.
Either.
Do we see them up there? Like Nalfin would probably be trailing, and taking up the rear, like, or is it not obvious now? Shut up. Is it not obvious now that there's someone watching, or since they didn't say anything, he wouldn't notice?
No, passive perception wasn't high enough to catch it because it
Okay.
just blends in so well with. It has this very natural camouflage.
Yeah, no worries. Okay.
Yeah, Twiggle just watched them as they go past just in case like, anything changes.
And Twig, they do make eye contact. Like if you're looking up at them, they're staring right down at you. Just
Oh yeah, she'd
slowly.
immediately try and break that eye contact, but you know, she just wants to make sure that they're not like, you know, doing anything sus.
No, yeah. And then eventually, after you break eye contact and you pass for the most part, you go to look up to see if they're there, and they're gone.
I don't know if I like that or not yet.
Okay.
But from now on, she'd kind of be a bit more cautious of like looking for anyone like them. Just in case.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. So, all of you continue on about your ride. Does anybody have any conversations they need to have with the people around them as you're riding on horses, or are you just trying to? What are you guys? Are you just following the path, or looking out for anything in particular? What's the goal?
I mean, I think just following the path, I assume it's going to take us to Highland Pass, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay. So, Nalfin would, like I said, he's just, like, trailing behind. And just, I guess, following the path. He would probably occupy his time just, like, as he's riding through. If there's any, like, berries or something on the, like, leaves hanging down, he'll just grab them and just, like, make a game out of just, like, thunking them off of Grok's head. just from behind, just, like, bored out of his mind via the travel and just, like, throwing berries at Grok.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah,
Other than
they're
that, just vibing.
yeah, there's some berries, and it's funny, Grok. Anytime you get hit in the back of the head, it's almost like
Like, doesn't even feel it.
no, yeah, it just kind of feels like it's warm. Like, and that's the one thing that all of you were starting to notice is it was starting to get a little bit colder as you were starting to get into like October, and you know, preparing to get into November. The temperature's definitely dropping, but here it's just increasing. The further and further you get into the forest, the warmer and warmer it's getting. At least right now. So Grok, as you're like getting thumped on the back of the head with these, you don't really feel them, but every once in a while you just feel like some type of like warmth on like the back of your neck, like more so than the ambient air temperature. Kind of makes you go and grab your neck, and then from the small berries that hit you, there was like a little drip of this bright, vibrant liquid that was inside the berries. And Grok, as you go to rub your neck and pull it back to look at your hand, the back of your neck is just covered in this bright red liquid.
Fucking hell, someone hit me.
Nelphi's just gonna like look around surprised and then shrug.
Someone hit me with a fucking arrow. What a knife. I'm fucking bleeding. When the fuck did that happen?
You've been here and I haven't seen anything, so...
No, fucking look. There's fucking blood.
Friendo, I've been back here the whole time, didn't see shit.
Shrugs.
I'm sure it's fine. It's probably...
Grok pulls out his revolver and shoots in the sky.
Well, you know what? I think you might have scared him off anyway, so good call on that.
Fucking, that'll show him.
Please don't.
Cheeky fucking bastards.
It's not shoot in the middle of a forest.
Nelphi
Kinda
is
gives us
trying so
away.
hard not to laugh.
Does Yuri notice that? Does Yuri notice that Nalfi's trying to
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Just gives him a mum look of like... Dave.
He just smiles.
She keeps writing, and he loves it here. She genuinely really loves it. I think she was worried because it started to get colder, and she's obviously not someone who likes the cold that much. Like with all the fieriness, every now and again she probably reaches out a hand and touches the leaves or some of the moss or something. She really likes it.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So all of you continue on longer and longer, enjoying your time here. And maybe
Yeah, I feel like it's been really loud and a lot's been happening, so at least for Nalfian, he's taking this time to kind of like just think and just enjoy the peace and quiet. So he's not really going out of his way to talk to anybody.
Okay.
I mean, Grok's bored as shit. Like, this is not Grok's vibe. Like, this is too nice for Grok. He's like, nah, this ain't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's hot and bothered.
Literally.
Now sticky as well.
No. Grot can't be hot, bothered, and sticky because that has a different meaning. And
Whoops.
I can't let that happen on stream. So, I will say that as you are making your way down the path, right in front of you, Nalfian, is Den and Twig, and Den does kind of slow down a little bit until he's next to you, and he just sort of smiles at you and says, Nalfian, it's not important right now, but whenever we camp for the night, do you mind if you and I have a short talk? It's nothing important. I just wanted to talk to you about something, that's all.
Alright, whatever you want. You sure everything's alright?
Yes, I'm sure. In fact, and he looks at you and smiles, a very, very genuine smile. I've never been more sure.
Whoa, slow down. I know I'm good looking, but take me out first, alright?
All right. I'll have some drinks ready for our talk then.
It's a date.
And he whips the reins a little bit and goes back in line.
As soon as like they kind of break away, Tuka just kind of like be quiet about it because obviously she doesn't want to just ask.
What do you want to talk to him about?
Like I said, it's nothing. I just wanted to. I want him to know that I care about him. And I'm happy that he's with us.
Hey?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's like a little sus of that, but you know, she's not gonna push anything.
Okay. So, continue on. Sus. All right. So, as all of you continue on the path, you can see that every once in a while there are these breaks where the thick, dense trees around you break off into these groves. What looked to be a much more well-maintained, mossy, cobbled stone area where the rocks seem to almost be heated as to warm the whatever hooves or feet or whatever creature happens to be passing through here, giving them warmth and comfort. And the first one that you pass through is very nice, very well kept. Those bright, glowing reds and oranges, like I said, creating this very warm, comforting feeling. You can see that in the center, there is one much larger, much thicker tree that ends up growing about 40, 45 feet up into the air. I mean, it's a huge tree. It's growing bright red and orange leaves, but you can see that a lot of the bark has been carved off of the tree in certain areas, almost like a spiraling mosaic, but made from just wood. And it's amazing. It's breathtaking to look at, as there are all these fine details carved into the trunk and the trunk of this tree, and you can see that in certain parts there are these what almost look to be these golden red veins that appear every once in a while. Something inside this tree, something living, breathing, as it glows bright red and then fades to this deep gold hue, and then bright red and deep gold all over the tree. You can see different mosaics that are cut out of the trunk of this tree, depicting different battles or ceremonies. And Twig, you and Den would recognize that some of the creatures carved into this look like the one that you saw. You also notice what seeming to be two other groups. So there are the individuals who are covered in flowers and flame. Tall, lithe creatures wielding glaives and spears. You notice another group that is surrounded entirely by flame and fire. What seem to be commanding large beasts made of flame. And then there is a third group, and now this third group stays mainly at the bottom of the trunk. Never goes above 3 or 4 feet. And you can see creatures of odd, misproportioned size, with pincers and mandibles, multi-legged creatures covered in different thick exoskeleton shells, insectoids, grotesque, always staying near the bottom. So you can recognize that there are, at least according to this tree, there are 3 different groups, seemingly, that operate in this area.
We can all see this, right?
Oh yeah, you can all see it. Yeah, and while you don't recognize the creatures, like the flower, you do recognize that there's probably some conflict going on here.
Well, I think it's safe to say we should avoid whatever this is.
Don't have to sell me. The fucking bugs look minging.
I'd rather not deal with it if we don't have to. Not our business. We come in, we're finding a flower, we get out.
Well,
I mean-
Tori's just gonna give like a quick look around just before she starts speaking, just in case like one of those things is like around.
Make a perception check.
Bit of a rough fucking place to look for a flower, though.
As far as you can see, no, nothing right now.
Well, I will say earlier there was one of the ones with the glaive that was just looking out at us. It didn't seem to do anything, just watching us. But
Wait, what?
well, I mean, a little while ago, while we were just passing it, I guess, and it didn't do anything, so it wasn't really a problem. But I think they're just out there.
We need to keep an eye out. Just because they didn't do anything now doesn't mean they won't do anything later. It's not always good to be watched. But if they didn't do anything, I don't know. We just need to watch our backs and be observant. We don't know what the hell's going on in this place or what these creatures are. If you see another one, Twig, make sure you point it out.
I worry being too obvious about it might look a bit hostile.
Right. Well, maybe they're friendly. Din? Thoughts?
Well, I was always told not very many stories about Nalore, but there were spirits, apparently, who were protectors of the forest. So, provided we mean no harm to the forest, they should leave us alone. If they are one and the same.
Well, look at that. We're saviors of this forest once we find that flower, so we're fine.
I like that way of thinking.
Well, at least now we know. There's no use in sticking around. We need to keep moving. And Nalfion will climb back on his horse.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. So, climb back up on the horse and continue on your way.
Yep. I guess just following the path.
Okay. Okay. So all of you continue on, riding for maybe another 2 hours or so, getting right around to about noon. And you can see that at about this point, the road just kind of stops. Following the road for this long, you can see that you started to get warning signs about a half an hour ago. Less well kept, less maintained, until eventually it got to the point you are now, where it is somewhat of a path, pretty much of just mud and where people have treaded before, but it seems like if you're not having somebody keep careful direction of where you're going, you might get lost. Because the way the canopy is, it's fairly deceptive about where the sunlight is coming from.
Gotcha. That's a survival thing. That is not an Elfian thing. So,
So out of anything, it'd be a Twig thing. Yeah, she got plus
Yeah.
7. She can help with that.
Okay.
I can get my sheet open. Hell yeah, she can help with that.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Very cool. So, you find what is probably a pretty good path, especially for being on horseback. You luckily are able to make your way through, and you know that you're going the right way because after about an hour of traversing through the forest, following Twig's directions, pointing where she's going, following her, listening to her, not arguing, you eventually find another one of those groves. You can see it just off in the distance. And you can see that this tree is much shorter. It's not nearly as tall. However, it is still carved. It still does have those carvings in it. But you can see that the area is surrounded by stony rock, high, not man-made or not made by creatures, but definitely naturally formed, where it's sort of this lower area between these elevated platforms. And as all of you are approaching, it seems like you can hear voices coming from near the tree. You don't see anybody yet, but you do hear voices.
Nothing's gonna like put up his hand to make sure everybody kind of like stops. And he's
We
gonna
like understand them.
yeah, he's gonna dismount and see if we can like hear the conversation.
Yeah, let me go ahead and double check to see what languages everybody's knows. Swoop. Twig cannot. Nalfian cannot. Eurydice cannot. Grok cannot. Din cannot. No, yeah. So none of you can understand the language. It sounds odd though. You don't hear any natural vowels or consonants. It almost sounds like when you shift around like logs in a fireplace.
Does it sound aggressive?
I mean, it's a little hard to to gather tone from a fireplace, but I mean,
okay, valid.
That's what you mean. Flickers aggressively.
So you can hear the voices. What do you do?
I mean, can we get a look on how many are there? Like, is it like a massive group of them, or is it like only a couple?
It just depends. If you move any closer, there's probably a good chance that anybody in this small grove could see you.
That's where we need to go, isn't it?
Yeah, Twig, as far as you can tell, this would be the right way to go.
Alright, well, nothing's
I mean, can Twig just like go and take like a little peek, so it's like not a whole group of them, and she can be like stealthy and perceptive about it. So
Yeah, sure. Make a stealth check.
watch me roll horribly.
It's on a twig.
Hey,
Never mind.
nice. Okay.
I just feel like my stealth rolls never go well.
All right, so let me go ahead and move these tokens over here. Bop, bop. Okay, and Twig right here. Okay. So, Twig, as you are approaching, you see something very similar to this. So, as you
Shit, okay.
sneak up and around, you can see what looks like 8 humanoids standing around what look to be small bundles of flame and fire. You can see for every 2 humanoids wearing these bright red scarves and face coverings, hoods and cloaks, armor, leather, stained this like deep burgundy color. And you can see that all of them have weapons or arrowheads that seem to be smoking, like brimstone. For every 2 of them, there's one of those small little fiery magma creatures where they are just roiling, bubbling magma that just moves around freely on its own.
She will also look around to see if there's like any animals nearby, like not in the actual grove, like outside of it. Kind of like back into this direction that the group is, hopefully.
Make a survival check.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there comes one time in a campaign where a ranger is useful, and this is the time. This is
Hell
the
yeah.
time when the ranger is useful. All right.
My moment.
So, ranger, you can see that outside near where the group is, Oh, that's odd. There we go. Outside where the group is, making your way back over here. And just looking around the area, you can see that there is what looks to be a collection of tracks that have been here recently. You're fairly sure that it's been here at least in the past day. And they look very, very large, and they look very similar to bear tracks. Except you can see that in some of these prints that were left behind, some of them are still smoldering. As if it had whatever heat was coming off of that creature was so hot that it actually left its imprint and created a small fire there with each one of its steps. Very large, obviously very heavy due to the imprint in the ground. But that seems to be the only thing that might be near, is a large bear-like creature with an affinity for fire.
Okay.
You do see more of those birds, though. I will say that.
More of the birds? Okay, I can talk to birds. That's fine. Are they, like, up in canopies, though? That's the only problem.
They are.
Right. We get short. Picking up. Anyway.
Climb the
I
tree.
don't know where I was going with that. No. It's on fire. In that case, she'll just get back to the group itself and just kind of tell them what the situation is, like, at the side of them, for those little creature thingies. That they are armored and weaponed? Yeah, sure.
Now, are these the things that Twig saw, or are they like the other?
Oh, these are different ones, right?
Yeah, they're different.
Okay. Are they like one of the groups from the, like, are they the other group from the thingier tree?
They look very similar. I mean, at least in terms of arms and armor, and also they are accompanied by what seem to be fiery elemental creatures. So you could make that conclusion, yeah.
Maybe we talk to them. They might let us through.
Aha.
If
I know.
no one can understand them, then how is someone going to talk to them?
Might speak common. They might just prefer to speak something else alone.
Well, we could also try and find another path through.
Fuck that, we're not going back there. It's fucking school. Let's just go through this. What's the issue? I don't see the hold up on here. Do you want me to go and have a word?
Maybe.
Well, what's the harm in just saying hello? We're just passing through, and we'll be on our way. How about that?
Well, we don't know
Exactly.
anything about them, though.
Well, they don't know about us. There's no issue.
Got no way to learn anything about them.
Well, do we need
Can't
to?
just assume everyone's a nasty one, Twig.
Not so much assuming that, but I mean,
How about this? We try saying hello, we try saying just, on our way, have no mind, go about your business, and if they don't let us pass, we'll make them.
Definitely
just
go
have-
peaceful first.
Peaceful first, but we have every right to be here and pass through. We're not here to mess up any of their trees. We're just here to get through and get out. It can be nice.
You just let me go first, because be a respect thing and at least a little bit of them. I might be the person to talk to them.
Go on.
Go on then, if you think you can. I mean, I'll keep quiet till you need me.
Hey. Right. She's gonna take the lead. And look, okay, we're gonna walk out into this Grove.
Okay.
Go.
Alrighty.
I'll try and look non-threatening.
So is
The aim, and she's gonna her eyes fiery so that they look cool and fiery, and maybe they'll like that.
Why am I controlling both Twig and Elfie? What's happening?
Yeah, get out. Step it.
I don't know why. Get off. get off of my thing. How do I fix this joke? Stop. Thank you.
What?
I have no idea what's happening.
Click and drag. Click and drag somewhere.
I'm trying, but like it's clicking on both of them. I'm gonna reload. It's fine. Don't mind me.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I can move Twig individually.
That's wild. Okay. All right.
So unless you've like got permission for moving Twig somehow as well.
But it shouldn't be.
So then it
paired.
like just
like the only way that happens is
Mhm.
you select two
Yeah.
tokens and then you.
Nah, it's okay. I just
I
refreshed.
can move Twig as well.
Just leave her in the middle.
You. T-
Okay, so
Alright.
are people
Sorry.
approaching with Eurydice, or is Eurydice
Yeah,
approaching
I'm not
us?
gonna let her go by herself.
no, fuck no. I wasn't gonna let her
Eurydice
just go on her
taking
own. I was gonna
front.
go up.
I was gonna kind of come with, but Yuri's leading.
Okay, all right. So you can see that as soon as you make your way in, you can see that this creature right up here, this magma creature, you can hear this cracking, almost like a log breaking in a fireplace. As one of the humanoids says, "Stop! Halt there!" And you can see this group of three begins to approach. And for everything that any of the humanoids say, the fiery creature in front of it speaks first. So just keep that in mind, that with anything that is said by these people, they have to wait for the fire creature to speak first. So the fire creature would say, and the humanoid, specifically the one right in front of you, Eurydice, right here, would say, "What business do you have here?"
Just trying to get to Highland Pass, and this seemed like the right way to go. We're not trying to bother anyone. We're just trying to get through.
Who are your masters?
We don't have masters. We are paid to solve some issues in the rest of Iverion.
You serve no masters?
You seem bothered by that.
A little bit. Nervous.
This. Okay. We don't have masters. We have people who ask us to do things for them, and then we do it in exchange for some.
Right. You can see the magma creature growling and speaking for a bit. And then he looks back up to you and says, "All of you will be observed by Afi, and if you are deemed clear of any ill intent to the grove and to the animals that exist in Nalore, you will be free to go."
It's fine. We don't have ill intent here.
Okay, so then they back up a little bit. So do these ones right here. There we go. All right. So Den will also move up here. You can see that one of the magma creatures, they move over to the tree. And you can see them in all of those small little cracks and crevices where there are those deep golds and bright reds. They seem to just meld into it and then disappear for a moment. And then maybe about 15 minutes later, just sort of as they all stand there, it reemerges and stands back here. And all of you can hear this rustling in the woods behind you. This almost like a tidal wave, a flame just moving quickly and quickly and quickly through the forest, through the woods, till eventually it stops. All of you sort of staring behind, eventually turn your heads back to the tree. For a moment, you don't notice anything but twig and then Nalfian, and down from there, for passive perceptions, you notice that there is something in the tree. Wrapped up in the branches and all along the trunk is this long salamander-like creature. Maybe 25 feet in length, but incredibly thin. These small arms and legs sprouting off of it, and a creature almost entirely made of flame. So let me go ahead and show you what you're looking at here. You can see that the long head just looks down towards all of you. Just that low roiling flame sound. And eventually it sort of tunes itself in to common. Who are you? As it slowly begins to descend down the tree, its long form encircling all of you, climbing up the rocky shelf and coming back down behind all of you, moving around you, looking at different ones of you. Speak.
I'm Grok.
You see that he approaches towards you, Grok, and you can see him look into your eyes, and those bright white beams, they begin to glow, looking at you, looking you up and down. You have no ill intent for Nalore.
Nah, mate.
Moves on.
Nalfian Baynir.
Goes to you. You have no ill intent for Nalore.
Sounds about right.
Brandon Barthold. You have no ill intent for Nalore.
See?
Lisa,
Finn's gonna like gently nudge Twig and be like, "Go on."
Twig's just like statuized, like she's just like, "What the fuck is this?" But as soon as Nalfian kind of like nudges her, just pipes up with like,
But Twig,
see the large creature, the Afi, move down towards you. Why hide behind that name? Do you mean ill intent for Nalore?
no.
Speak your true name, and I will know your intent.
This looks absolutely just petrified for a hot minute.
Grok will
Just
say.
kind of.
Grok will nudge and say, "What do you mean your true name? Fucking swig."
She kind of glances towards the rest of the group. How close is this thing to her?
Inches from her face. Like those like teeth that are like jutting out at like a diagonal are maybe 3 or 4 inches away from her cheeks.
Nelfin was close enough to nudge her. I'm gonna have like him stand behind her and just kind of like put both of his hands on her shoulders to like try to make her feel a little bit more safe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's that close, she'll just kind of like swallow a little bit, kind of like lean a bit closer and just like whisper in its ear, I guess, or I guess towards its face, because I guess it's just massive. And give her full name.
Okay. Now, specifics here. Are we talking about the the one that would have been on your birth certificate, or the one that it was changed to?
Yo, what?
I wasn't even thinking about that. Holy shit! Wait. I mean, shit. She'd default to the one that it was changed to.
You
Which I feel like is terrible, but
continue to lie.
Twig, dear, please tell this nice thing your name.
it's like almost as if she has like a moment of recognition for herself, and then she'd do the same thing, but with like the original name.
Okay. You can see the creature kind of stop. My greatest apologies. I had no idea. And you can see the creature bow its head a little bit and move on. Only one person left.
Okay. Eurydice?
You can see it kind of sniff towards you and get closer. And then eventually it stops moving around the group and it starts just moving around you, Eurydice. What is that smell? I recognize it. It's been here before.
I've never been here.
No,
Really?
you haven't. Many of your kind have.
What do you mean, her kind? What is shit? She's just
Fiendish,
hear it.
fiendish blood. Fire of hate. Fire of death. Not of
Well, I'm sure
regrowth.
she means no harm here. I mean, look at her.
Don't know what I don't mean to hurt anyone here.
But you know of what I speak, do you not?
Yes, I know you speak of, but I don't want to hurt anyone here.
Make a persuasion check, Eurydice.
Told you I was gonna be the one who fucked it up. Oh, he's scary.
With advantage, because Nalfin went to bat for her a little bit.
And
Just sprinkle the D4 in there. Nah, she don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
You are right. You have caused no harm to those here yet. But I will be watching. If I see you make one misstep, move one step closer to those that your forefathers before you followed, spawn of the tyrant, I will not hesitate to unleash wrath upon you. Do I make myself clear?
Absolutely.
You are free to proceed. But should you come to any more groves, you will move around them. They are well maintained and well guarded, and some of my protectors are not as welcoming as those you have met here. Consider yourselves lucky. And you can see the creature slowly wrap around all of you one last time and then crawl back up into the tree. And you can see, as soon as it gets to the tree, it almost begins to do this very, very fast climb run up the tree and then sprout out of the top and then jump and then begin to fly away. With that, the individuals here, they back up and allow you to pass.
Bree is very quickly going to be like, let's go, let's keep moving.
Okay. Alrighty. So, all of you make your way down the path, the direction you need to go.
I assume down, right? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. You're right.
Eat us down there.
But back the way
Ooh, that was tense.
you all are headed. Okay. So, Twig, having done the first successful check there, I need you to go ahead and make another survival check for me, as now you're in a new, separate area. Make sure you're still heading in the right direction here.
We good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, luckily, Twig, this is what you're good at. You're thriving.
Hell yeah.
You are much more used to the autumn forests of Sandpoint and the Isle, or the woods surrounding White Harbor, but luckily, you are finding quite the rhythm here. Making your way through, you're able to avoid what look to be some types of dangerous terrain, just a natural hazard of this fiery forest. But also, one thing that you catch, luckily, due to your high roll, is you avoid many traps along this pathway. It's the easiest path and really the only one that you can travel with horses on. But it is just littered with these, very, very cruel and crudely made traps. Things like punji pits, like very thin piles of grass that lead down about 20 feet down into the earth with these, but not like shafts made of bamboo, but they almost look like insectoid mandibles that are the spikes down in the bottom of these pits. Strings laid across the road with netting underneath it. Luckily, you're able to go through and avoid any and all of these traps, but it seems as though the further you head in this direction, the more there is likely something that is wanting to hunt. So, you continuing traveling on until, I'd probably say for another 4 hours in that direction, until you come across something of note. And you can see in the road, there is a large corpse of an animal. You can see that it looks like a bear. But it has this, blackened coat on it. At least from a distance, it almost looks like a black bear with just blood on it. But the closer you get, maybe being about 20 feet away, a safe distance, you can see that that's not it. It is what looks to be like stone and brimstone in place of fur, and then the skin of that creature is what looks to almost be magma, but has cooled significantly. It's now a deep red.
That's dead, right?
Yeah, it's not moving at all. It is a very deep red, and it looks to be more recently deceased.
So is this well, assumably the creature that left the tracks back at the grove?
Yeah, you
Aw.
could safely make that assumption, yeah.
Is there any movement, like, in the area around us?
Make a perception check.
Because whatever killed this is probably going to be bigger and scarier. I don't know.
Yeah, sadly, Nalfian, you're a little too caught up with the creature in front of you. It's definitely, rightfully so, it's very distracting. So you tried to keep an eye out, keep an ear out, but between the crackling of the flame, it's just hard to distinguish anything.
Gotcha. Okay. Nalfi's just gonna pull his horse a wide berth around the thing. And I guess just be extra alert as we continue forward. Can't do anything now. We didn't do it, so don't blame us.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good to me. So you're just going to try and move, all of you are going to do that same thing?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. So all of you try your best just to move around it as best you can, not really letting on any type of not trying to investigate it, look in any further. You just do your best to avoid it, and well, it's dead. There's no use in trying to save it or help it in any way. So you just move along your way. Now,
Question.
yeah.
Did it look like it was killed in that area? Or does it look like it was, like, placed there in our path purposely?
Go ahead and make a. I'll have you make a survival check for that.
Oof. Alright. I don't know, if it's something Nalfian would have just thought about as he's kind of, like, going around
yeah,
it.
Yeah. I get you.
I wasted all my good rolls yesterday, so...
Yeah. So, as far as you can tell,
I mean,
yeah.
drag marks would be pretty obvious with the size of this thing, right?
Yeah, drag marks would be. Yeah, but as far as you can tell, there's no drag marks. So, it doesn't look like there was a struggle, though. That's the only thing that you pick up on. There's no drag marks, but there's also no sign of a struggle.
If Nalf's like making it obvious he's looking, Gronk could help him if it's
Yes.
clear he's struggling.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and make another one.
Gronk will come on like, what are you looking at?
Well, I'm just thinking.
Wow, we're trash.
No, we're fucking
Wise
useless out here,
boys.
bro. This is just not our vibe. Does he notice anything?
As he is looking about Grok, I would say, Grok, you would notice a small thing that Nalfian didn't. You can see that around the creature there are what look to be 4 different sets of bipedal prints. However, they're not footprints. They don't look like a boot or anything like that. They are these
Like mandibles.
Kinda, yeah. They're like razor thin implants. Very, very small, thin, bug-like legs.
Gross. I'm cringing, IRL. Grok could, like, it's Grok. He wouldn't, like, point it out solely. He'd, like, kick it and say, "Yeah, that's not a fucking boot. That's some fucking minging, you know, sticky, buggy, stick fucking leg thing, like a bag."
Great. That's just great. I say we move on from this area very quickly. I don't want to meet whatever met him.
Warned not to mess with things, so come on, let's not stick around things for too long.
Alfin will just kind of sigh and keep his horse going forward. Looking out for more sticky, pokey hole tracks.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Come on now, let's do better this time.
Come on, Nalfian. If
Perception.
I didn't believe in you. Hey, there you go. Look at that. Nalfian, he's getting it.
Hey.
My boy. Look at him. Look at him go. Alrighty.
Just to like see if they're going the same direction we're riding in, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you don't really see anything like those tracks. Those small, like Grok said, peg-like, insectoid-like imprints on the ground. You don't see anything like that specifically. But along the edges, you start to see something that is much more scattered, much more frantic. They are small peg-like insertions, but they are very frequent. Very, very frequent. And they go on for maybe about a quarter of a mile, half a mile, quite a bit of distance, especially on horseback. And then eventually they make a hard right turn, a hard 90-degree turn into the forest.
Gotcha. Now, if we will just point that out and just tell everybody, you know, keep your eyes on the trees as we kind of keep moving forward. Because obviously there's more than one group in here, and I don't know if the other group's going to have beef with us since we've kind of got the okay from the other, you know?
Okay.
Is there any indication of like how old these like tracks and shit are?
Oh, recent. Very recent.
Okay. Keep moving forward, but paying more attention.
Okay. All right.
What time is it at this point?
It's about 7 o'clock.
Oh, time has passed.
Yeah. I mean, as you guys, it's been fairly, I mean, uneventful isn't the right word, but it's been fairly
yeah,
easy
it's a
going.
lot of traveling.
Aside from a lot. So it's a lot of, oh man, this weather, huh? It's a lot of small talk.
Yeah.
And just continuing on your way.
Okay.
So as all of you are making your way, real quick, just so I know, what's the marching order look like as everybody's going through? I know it's Nalfian in the back. That was established. Probably.
I mean, if Twig's helping, like, guide them, I imagine she and Din would be pretty towards the front.
Okay.
I'd say Grok's probably in front of Nalfian, so near the back.
And then Eurydice right in the middle there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sick. Alrighty. So, let's see. I will say, Nalfian, also something that you hear as you are riding along is every once in a while there's this buzzing noise. Bzzz. Bzzz.
Well, that's fucking annoying.
Only happens every once in a while. And then after maybe 20 minutes, it's gone. Doesn't come back up again for another hour.
Do I feel like this is like a buggy area? Obviously, there's big ass bugs, but like gnats and shit, or
No, and the only reason that buzzing is loud, and the only reason other people can't hear it is because they're not actively looking for it.
Gotcha.
Like-
Is it coming from behind me or
The sides. It sounds like the sides and above.
interesting?
I mean, the area definitely, it seems after leaving the grove, it's just been sort of on like a downward spiral ever since. There's more traps, there is more dangers, there is just a darker hue to the entire
Gotcha.
area. And Nalfi, and especially you, because, you know, this is something that you're sort of more in tune to, is it definitely does feel like somebody's watching you. Just that feeling you get, you know?
If I was to change my vision right now, would it hurt me?
Yeah, because it's so hot here. I mean, like I said, there's like little...
Fucking okay, never mind. I would be blinded.
yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, you'd
Kidding.
stare at a tree and be like, there's a person over there.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. That was a dumb thought.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So,
Does anybody else hear that fucking annoying sound?
What, your fucking voice?
Very, very funny. You slay me. The buzzing. Just every
What
now
do you
and
mean
then.
buzzing? Of course it's fucking buzzing. We're in a forest, fuck's sake.
It's different. It feels like it's fucking everywhere.
I mean, can we hear it now that he's pointed it out?
Nalfi, now that you pointed it out, it's gone.
Alright, hear me out. I know I'm crazy, but I'm not that fucking crazy.
Well, where was it coming from?
Just either side, above us. I don't know. Maybe it's just this place is a lot of movement, a lot of strange creatures. Maybe it's some fucking mating call of some sort. I just feel like maybe your friend hasn't stopped watching us since we've gotten this far.
I'd say he was watching.
I mean, also,
he
speaking
ever
of that,
said, but-
fuck's he mean you're what was he say? A fiend? What's that mean?
We really need to talk about it?
Well, don't see why we wouldn't. We're on the road. He's clearly, thinking, oh, you're all alright, but you're a bit dodgy.
I think we should worry about trying to find this buzzing noise, if anything. I don't think it's really good.
Again,
to
it's
be
a
too
forest. There's fucking bugs everywhere.
loud. Oh,
Grok,
I guess, but there hasn't been many things around.
Grok, at about that point, there's a small mosquito that lands on your the back of your hand.
He'd slap the absolute fuck out of it.
Killed.
That's
Dead.
disgusting.
God.
What? This fucking buzzing? Just slap the fuck out of him.
Eurydice, one lands on your cheek.
He tries to move it. I don't want to fucking hit it.
You try and move it. Unlike most insects that have like fear, this one just kind of is there. You try and nudge into it, doesn't move, and you can feel that sharp pincer stick into your cheek.
Telekinesis it.
Okay. So
Telekinesis.
yeah, telekinesis. You throw it off. Are you just trying to get it away from you?
Yes.
Okay, get it away. It flies away. Twig, you can feel one land on the back of your hand.
Fucking disgusting. Alright,
Okay,
well, that's
would I be able to, like, get the benefits of speak of animals if I speak with a mosquito?
Please say yes.
I mean, they're an animal, right?
I will say that this one does seem to have the same properties as the rest of the creatures inside Nalore. So maybe if it's considered a beast.
I mean, fuck it, she'd try.
Okay. Sadly, any of the creatures inside Nalore are considered elementals.
A sad day.
Find a mosquito outside of Nalore. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, if it wasn't all mosquito, could she talk to mosquitoes?
Yeah. Bugs, birds, anything. Anything is an animal.
Okay.
I want to use speak with animals to talk to Grok. He's so much
Man.
easier to understand with it.
I mean, after the whole thing with not causing any harm, she wouldn't want to spot it like bloody everyone else did, so she'd kind of just like stare at it, trying to nudge it off her, but I guess if it's fearless, like she'll just eventually just let it just sit there
Okay. It
and
does
just kind of watch it.
stab into you.
Ugh.
Wait, you're just letting it suck your blood? That's psychotic.
I mean,
Can I see it? Can I just telekinesis that shit off as well?
Yeah.
Yeet. Okay,
All
I
right,
do.
all right. Let's not stand here anymore, because I swear to God, if one of those fucking things land on me, I'm gonna flip my
Now,
shit.
Ian,
Let's go.
Right on your
I
nose.
just don't think it's a good idea to hurt any of them.
It's right on your nose now,
They're just,
Ian.
they're just mosquitoes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They're not just fucking mosquitoes, they're fucking minging.
Duffy with like 2 fingers is gonna pluck it off of his face and flick it away.
Yeah, you're dexterous enough. You have those nimble fingers. You can just flick it away.
Okay, I'm not gonna make a joke. Okay. Let's move on. Duffy's gonna take his reins and go, because this is fucking gross.
That's what I deal with.
Yuri's gonna go to
That's what you deal with.
gonna go to Grok. She's just gonna say, I'll explain the fiend stuff to you later. I just don't want to talk about it in front of Twig.
And Grok will say, not quietly, Twig's got her own shit to say. What was it? That's Twig's not your name.
She's saying absolutely nothing. She's shrinking down, kind of like into her dinners, just dragging her like hood over her face.
Leave her to that.
You can't just say leave it. I'm fucking, we're all together. You can't fucking go about being like, oh, I'm Twig, and that's actually, actually my name's Gary.
We find out that Twig's name is Grace.
You were all there, so I don't know what Grok's
Yeah.
on about.
We were all
so-
there. Just remind you that we found the records. Know roughly what's up with it, and we don't need to press her for stuff if she doesn't want to tell us right now.
I mean, like I said, you can talk. Fucking dodgy liar.
Gonna turn around and stop talking to him.
Well, ladies, you're both beautiful. There's no need to fight. No, not even a laugh. Alright, well, fuck me, I guess.
He's gone. She's off. She's not talking to him anymore.
All right. Okay. So, all of you continue on. And after probably another 15 minutes of writing, you can start to hear what sounds like water. That sort of crashing, rushing water off into the distance. And eventually you can see what looks to be that stone path returning and a stone bridge sort of embossed with flaming vines wrapping around what look to be these bronze statues of the individuals that you had seen, that Twig had pointed out, holding bows and arrows, knocked. Not attacking, but just knocked, and the arrows facing down. But as you approach the bridge, that's what you see.
Does it look like we're going into, like, a place, or this is just decorative bridge.
It's just a decorative bridge, it seems like. There's no building on the opposite end.
Gotcha. Okay. Keep
More
going.
of those
across.
people around.
Make a perception check.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, yo. Okay. So, as you are moving through, you can see that there are, being at the front of the line, getting right near the bridge, you can see that the trunks of these trees, they're a little bit more oddly shaped. They still are the same texture and color as normal tree trunks, but every once in a while you can see on the tree trunks right here on the opposite end of the bridge that there are what look to be these like bulbous inflations on them. And here, I'll go ahead and move you to the bridge scene. Bop, bop. So you can see on the trees right here and here and here and here, there are just these odd bulbous clusters that are there.
I mean, does it look like it's meant to, I don't know, I guess conceal anything? Or is it just like the way that the tree's grown?
No, it doesn't look like it's concealing anything. It just, it almost looks like a, oh, this is such a gross analogy, but it almost looks like a boil, you know? Like, it is just like, it just looks like it's growing off the tree.
Yeah, it shouldn't be there, right?
I mean,
Like, is the tree sick?
well, the tree still looks...
I don't know, why am I asking? Sorry.
That's okay. The tree still looks healthy. It looks like all of the
Okay.
other trees. It just has these, like, odd growths coming off of it.
They look like ready to burst. Is that what you're kind of...
Yeah. They definitely look like they've reached sort of a maximum capacity.
I think it's probably a good idea to be careful with the trees there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in them, but they don't look right.
Nothing will stay away from the trees.
Okay.
Little dance.
Little dance. I don't know why it does that every time I try to zoom in. I apologize. I don't know how to fix it, so it'll just be that way.
No, it's okay. I think I got it.
Okay, cool.
If you right-click on your token, there's like a little thing that you can click
Oh,
on to
Tiwa,
rotate
thanks.
it. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So with
Well-
that, all of you... Jesus.
I didn't want to
being
be back
so-
a tree.
You're
Yeah,
being
thank
so
you.
difficult. All right. So
Sorry.
with that, all of you then continue on your way down the bridge, riding along.
I'm gonna just be watching those trees just in case.
Okay. All right. Looking towards the trees, Twig. Right when you get to about there, you can see that there is a slight buzzing that returns. All of you can hear it now. Bzz, 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 bzz. And looking towards the trees on your level, you're not exactly sure where it's coming from, but then Twig, you start to look up. And you can see what look to be two small black dots beginning to move towards you. And then eventually they become larger and larger and larger until you see two humanoid shapes about as wide and tall as Grok. Except small mandibles and pincers coming off of their chests. Chitinous, just disgusting, wet exoskeleton all over them, and these sickly golden and yellow wings sprouting out of the back, these feelers on the top of its head, and these insectoid eyes on its face. Seeing something very similar to this. 2 of these.
They're looking very hostile.
That's disgusting.
Oh.
And they're like swooping down towards us.
Oh, yeah. They swoop down and
They
they
just-
land,
okay.
and you can see that the
Oh,
2 of
shit,
them
okay.
just look up, and just there's no common, just these guttural clicking noises. What do all of you do?
Fucking turn around and leave.
I don't know.
Okay, so with that, you can also see that as those 2 creatures land right in front of you, you can hear bursting and tearing behind you. As it looks like there are these 5 creatures that just tear out of those boil areas. These,
God.
they almost look like mites or just some type of smaller insect, but they are blown up to size. They are covered in this thick, viscous material, these spiky mandibles, and what looks to be 5 eyes on their head with spikes on their back that pop out and begin to move towards you.
no.
But also kind of cute, but ew.
Yeah.
I was just
Ew.
trying to get through.
As they just yell, the insectoids behind you and those in front of you begin to move towards you. And that is where we're going to take our break because, well, something's happening here. So we're going to take a quick break right there. And, well, we're going to see what happens when we get back. I'm sure that they're going to be able to have a very nice discourse with these fine gentlemen here in front of them and figure something out. So hang around, and we'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Isles of Iverion and Roll with Advantage. Let's go ahead and dive back in. No need to dally. So, picking up where we left off, a group of adventurers had finally made their way into Nalore in an attempt to find the lily that was originally found by Bishop Vizira. Well, was originally found by all of them in Sand Point all those many weeks ago. So, they finally made their way to Nalore to try and find that flower. However, it seems as though, considering the size and scope and the terrain and all of the hurdles that exist within Nalore, it's not going to be as easy as they would have hoped it would have been. They've already, in many ways, been introduced to the 3 different factions that exist within Nalore. They were confronted by the more nature-based creatures who just watched as they passed, and then the more primordial-influenced humanoids serving the fire and flame elementals. And now, finally, they've come face-to-face with the Insectoids. These partially humanoid, but partially insect monstrosities. These just grotesque perversions of insects mixed with humans that are not only disgusting to look at, but look to be fairly fearsome as fighters as well. So, with that, they had just begun to cross a bridge, seeing these 2 giant insectoid humanoids about the same size as Grok, just covered in that chitinous plate, land in front of them. And then the almost boil-like entities existing on the trees behind them begin to pop and explode. Crawling out of them, these spiked, 6-legged creatures, sharp mandibles in front of them, ready to charge at them as well. So, with that, no need to dally, as picking up right where we left off, I'm going to have everybody roll initiative, but look at that. Everybody already rolled initiative, so it makes it so much easier. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and dive in. We'll go and begin combat. So, oh my gosh. As soon as we begin combat, I get a phone call from the realtor. Okay. BRB. Yeah. Hello.
No, you're not muted, dear. She tells us that
Hello.
how sold. I'll be sold. We haven't even. I didn't get to see it. Only Joe got to see it today.
That was definitely on accident because I heard like a baby cooing, and I was like, okay, that was not on purpose. Okay, so, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Up at the begin combat. There we go. Up at the top of the initiative order, starting at the very tip top here, we have Grok. Wait a minute, the combat carousel is off right now. Doesn't have everybody on it. What? Okay, well, that's odd. Oh, I never rolled initiative for Den either. Whoops. Get him there. Well, didn't matter. And then also Twig isn't on there. That's kind of weird. There you go. Now she is.
I mean,
what did you have?
yeah, I was gonna say I was on before.
Yeah, 20.
It's a 27.
27. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Sounds cool. So with that, we start off with Grok. Grok, what are you doing?
Grok will see these like fucking minion things, and he'll just start by running up, pulling his revolver, and say, "Fuck this shit." The game's still paused.
There we go.
Okay. Run up here, and just blast this one in front of him.
All right. Go and roll your attacks.
Oh, it's doing this again. It's doing the fucking ammo thing again.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Even though I have bullets for it.
I know. It's like a weird thing in the settings for some reason.
Does it happen every time it like kind of imports the characters again? It just seems to like break shit.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure why. I think that they added a thing where I can import things to D&D Beyond, so maybe I'll try that after the session and see if that fixes it.
Yeah.
Okay, now it should
Okay.
work.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a 23. That is going to be a hit for 10 points of piercing damage. All right.
And then he'll move the rest of his movement up to it and say, "Come on, then, you ugly fucking knobhead."
Okay, all right, so one shot off, and then you can actually make a second shot since you're level 5 now. You got 2 attacks, my man.
In that case, yeah, he will. He'll
right.
follow it up and just bang, kablam.
One moving closer, taking a second one. After the first shot, though, you could see that from the impact of the shot, there was this sort of like explosion of this very thick green blood that just sort of sprays out of the body, and you can see as it lands on the stone, it just begins to slowly dissolve and corrode away some of the stone underneath. 16, that does hit for 12 points of piercing damage. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. Here we go. So they're from... I'm so confused as to what the thing is doing here. Okay. I guess we're not going to look at the combat carousel because it is just not working. That's okay, though. Get that going there. Okay. Alrighty. So moving on from Grok, we have Twig.
Okay. Well, I mean, first of all, after that lengthy discussion, she is gonna get off and kind of back herself out of, like, the front line, I guess. And aiming at the one that Grok wasn't going for, like, the one next to it. She's just gonna fire off a couple of bolts, just normal bolts there.
Okay. All right.
Is that
Sounds
okay?
good.
Wait. Oh, okay, yeah, the ammunition's broken too.
Ah! Twig's crossbow.
What was that on?
Edit.
I don't know how
Details.
to change that.
That's okay. Crossbow bolts. 43. There you go. Fixed.
Okay. Awesome.
Sorry, which one real quick? The top one or the bottom one?
The one Grok wasn't going for, so the bottom one,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be painful, maybe. Yes.
Okay, 22 for 8 points of damage. Yep. And the 16
And then,
also
since
hits.
that has an extra D8 to it because of Gloomstalker shit.
D8 for an additional
And then-
6 points of damage.
Extra attack. I don't even know how I'm going. Okay.
Okay, all right. 13, that is a miss. That is not enough to hit these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Anything else?
No. She's just gonna stay there.
Okay.
Doesn't want to get too close.
So with that, it is their turn. And they're both just going to charge at you, Grok. So we have first up on here, the one actually that you shot. So he's going to willingly just sort of take one hop forward. That buzzing and fluttering of the wings, eventually landing down in front of you. And... You know what? You know
Oh,
what?
don't say he's gonna. No. I swear to God, if you say he picks me up and flies away, I'm done.
No. Let me see here. This might be a pretty good one here. Okay, yeah. So what he's going to do is he's going to fly up above you, not enough to evoke an attack of opportunity, but just sort of floating above you, and he's going to land behind you. And from here, he's going to... So the wings were like vibrating very aggressively, but then eventually they begin to slow down, and they create this low, like, frequency, this... And you can't help but... It's fairly alluring. And I need Grok, Din, Eurydice, and Twig to make a Constitution saving throw. I'll do this for Din real quick. Con saving
Oh
throw.
no.
I'm not good at those. Okay.
Okay, oof. Oh, Grok. So, oh, Eurydice.
Wait, did that roll? No, what? Oh.
Oh, no.
Bye, guys.
Din is the only one who succeeded. Oh my god. God. Okay. So, with that, you feel this very friendly feeling towards that creature in particular, that one that's right behind Grok. And you don't want to hurt it at all. You don't want to hurt your friends, but you don't want to hurt that creature either, because that creature is your friend.
Is this a charm spell?
It is, yes.
Eurydice, would you have advantage on that?
Yes,
'Cause you're an
Eurydice,
elf.
yeah.
Because I'm an elf.
You would have advantage, yes.
I got you, girl.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
Wait, this is
I tried.
Hey, Almayo.
This is the fucking concentration check from last night all over again.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, so yeah, with that, you are still charmed. You feel that friendly feeling towards the creature. That's going to be the end of his turn. And let's see. Then Grok, you know what? This one's going to come towards you, and he's going to he's going to attack. And he is going to, yeah, he's going to go ahead and just make 2 talon attacks against you. So he's got these like long talons at the end of his hands, these like sharp, like mandible fingers almost, and just going to take 2 different strikes at you. So, wait, whoa. Wow. Well, that's not. That was just damage. That's not normal. There we go. Okay, so 2 separate attacks. That is 116 and 117.
Both hit.
Okay. That is 9 points of damage on the first one. And that will be 12 points of damage on the second one.
Ow, okay.
Okay. Alrighty. That is the end of both of their turns, and we come to Eurydice.
Okay. A little bit fed up, per usual these days. Gonna look at. She's friendly towards that one over there, but she's gonna look back and she's gonna see all these things like burst out of the trees.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, not today. And kind of using the fact that she's up on a horse, she's going to conjure up fireball. She's taking that from the necklace.
Okay.
She stored it in there.
So then when you go to cast it, don't have it place a template, and also don't have it consume a spell slot.
Right. I'm just casting the spell.
Oh.
Next egg. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so it should hit.
Yeah, it hits all of them.
There's 4. There's 4 guys.
Oh, those 4. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Okay, so that'll be these 4. So let's get some dex saves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was a natural 1. Oh, and a natural 20. Whew. Thomas attacking me. Okay, so that's DC 15. Okay, so only one of them fails. The other 3 succeed. However, the one that fails, which is the second one, that just kills it instantly.
Okay, that's nice.
It kills it exactly. Yeah, 21 was just enough. Now the other 3, though, they're going to go ahead and take... Looks to be their 10. Yeah. So the fires shoots out of the necklace, that small bead of flame slamming down right in that spot in between all of them, exploding all around them. And you can see that while it envelops the tree, once the fire dissipates, the tree is still standing as if nothing happened. However, you can see one of the insects is burned to a crisp, and the other 3 definitely are looking worse for wear.
Tried. Go. So that's my action.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Alrighty. So then we come to Nalfian. So Nalfian, here you are. What you doing, bud?
Okay, Shadow Nalf is going to disappear. Oh fuck! If I can click on him, Jesus Christ, and reappear.
Oh.
I don't have control over him. Oh, there we go. No, I don't.
No, yeah.
I'm just drawing squares. I can't actually move him.
Let me see here. Representative actor for. Oh, that sucks.
I mean, I was just gonna have him like appear here.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, that's fine too. He can't. He can only. He'd only have enough room to get like right behind him. Okay, great. And then this Nelfian is gonna move right here to block the path. I was trying to move him like here so I get that flanking. Hey, sure. Diagonals don't work very well on grids. And I'm going to take 2 longbow shots.
Okay. So you don't get flanking with ranged attacks.
Oh, I do not?
Yeah, you
Balls.
get the bonus from ranged attacks for being in an elevated position, for having the high ground.
Okay. No worries. Then, if that's the case, I'm gonna not worry about it. And just take a shot.
Okay. All right.
Take a shot. But I still want that one right there.
Oh, okay.
Or Shadow Elf right there. Okay, it's also doing the ammunition thing to me for my bow. Sorry.
All right. Longbow. Edit. Details. Scroll down. Ammunition. Arrows. Woo! All right, there you go.
Ooh. Actually, I lied. Actually, I'm gonna do this a little differently.
Okay.
I can choose to have my action come from Shadow Elf, so I'm gonna have my rapier with Whisper come from Shadow Elf
Okay.
to the bug.
Sounds good to me. That is a hit, and that is 12 points of damage. So with that, that is enough to kill it dead.
Great. My second attack, I'm gonna have my longbow go to this guy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sadly, that is a miss. You pull back the arrow, and it flies and just slams down into the ground, unable to make contact with the crawler.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Alrighty, so then we come to the crawler here. 60 movement speed. Cool. So it's just going to head straight there. Right in front of you, Nalfian, and it is going to... It's going to go ahead and make 2 attacks right now. Oh, wait, no, sorry. It's gonna make 4 attacks.
4?
They don't do a lot of damage, but it attacks very fast. So it makes 1 bite, 2 claws, and 1 tail.
Excuse me?
Okay. 1 bite, and it's not very good at hitting either.
They're nasty.
So that is a 6. And then claw. 7, 16.
No.
And then tail. 20.
Yes.
That's 7 points of piercing damage on the last one. See, they have like +4 to it.
7?
Yep, 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So that's the end of its turn. Then we come to this one, who is dead. Okay. Then we come to Din. So Din is going to run up right here. He's going to join the train here, flanking this one with Grok. Oh wait, but flanking wouldn't work because that one's charmed by Grok. That's not great. So spellbook. He is going to boop a scoop, boop a doop. Just because they seem like they like to move, he's going to cast Booming Blade boop, 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 as part of his attack. Ooh, good job. What? Oh, wait, let me... Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay. So swinging with his sword. That's a 23 to hit. That's a hit. 8 points of damage, and that'll be 1 point of thunder damage. Oh, wait, actually, no. That's not how Booming Blade works. Boop. Okay. So if that creature moves, then he takes 2d8 of thunder damage. Yep, right? No, wait. Oh, no, it does take the... Oh, man, gotta read these spells. All right, so it takes 1 point thunder damage, and then if it moves, it takes 2d8 damage. Boom, there we go. All right. Din's turn. Good job, Din. Proud of you. All right, then we come to more insects. This one is also going to come up right to you, Nalfian, since you're holding the line. It's going to come right here, and it's also going to make 4 attacks, but now is when it starts to get nasty. It's because it also has pack tactics, so all of these attacks are going to have advantage. You wanted to hold the line. All right, advantage. 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 Oh, that was a natural one. Tail. Advantage. Whew, so many dice. Okay. So that... Why did it do that? Sorry. Okay, so with the bite, that is going to be a 16.
No.
Okay. Claw, that's going to be a 21.
Yeah.
That's 5 points of slashing damage. Ooh, the second claw is going to be a natural 20. For 10 points of slashing damage.
These things are annoying.
And then the tail is going to be a 17.
Yep.
Okay, that's 4 points of piercing damage.
Wow. Okay.
All right, but that is the end of its turn. And then we have third one here. And yep, now it's coming straight towards
There's
you.
another Nalfian over there, but okay.
It's so much closer to you.
I swear to God, if I get down by these fucking things, I'm gonna be pissed. Wow.
Oh, shit, I didn't. Okay, there you go. Advantage and advantage. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's hilarious. Okay, 12, 12, 12. 3 12s and 1 22. 5 points of piercing damage. But all 3 of the other attacks were at 12, which is very funny. Okay, all right. That is the end of its turn. Then we come up to Grok. Grok, at the end of your turn, you'll get to... Oh, somebody was... At the end of your turn, Grok, you'll get to make another con saving throw.
Okay, well in that case, if I'm still charmed against the one behind me, I'm gonna just try and destroy this thing with my anchor.
All right. Smash him.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh. All right, well. 7 points of slashing damage.
I can re-roll that too, though.
Oh, that's right. Great Weapon Master. Great Weapon Master? Great Weapon Master.
Let's try again.
And roll that d12. Come on. Not a 1. That's a 4. That's better.
It's better. Okay, that's first attack.
All right.
Let's try again.
Come on. Come on. Hey, there we go. For a 17, that is a hit for 15 points of slashing damage. Very nice.
That one's better.
Like a proud father. That one is better.
How's this guy looking?
Okay. Not too terrible yet. Oh, shit.
Okay,
Actually, what I need you to do is I need you to make 2 dex saving throws for every attack, and I need Den to make one
fucking
too.
acid.
For every attack, yep. there is some acid spraying off. So Den rolled a 10. That's a failure. It's a 9.
I failed.
Yep. And then a second one, too.
And then my neck.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one's a that one's a success. It's not too crazy. So Din is going to take a D4, so that's 2 minus 2, and then Grok, you're also going to take a D4. It's going to be 3 points of damage to you. The success is just no damage. Failure is D4.
That's fine. And now I can make a saving throw, yeah?
Yes. Yep. At the end of your turn, make against the charmed effect.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. Close, but no, not yet. All right. So you're still charmed. Guy behind you is still your friend. Kind of annoyed that Den's attacking him. Like, come on, man. He's cool.
Den kind of being a real dick right now.
Yeah. All right, Twig, it's your turn.
Okay, she's gonna turn her focus to where Nalfian is, and was the top one also hit by Yuri's fireball?
Yep, top and bottom were.
Oh, top and bottom, awesome. Well, first of all, because I low-key forgot about it, she's gonna Hunter's Mark the... let's go top one.
Hell yeah.
And then just fire at it. Let's
Fire
go.
away,
Yes.
fire away.
Never mind.
Oh,
Probably
man.
doesn't hit.
No, 10
that's
does
okay.
not hit.
Second attack.
Come on, bring it home.
Sure.
Hey, an 18, that's a hit.
Oh. And then, God, fuck, what's Hunter's Mark? I forgot.
D8, isn't it?
It's a D8 or D6. Hold up.
I think it's a D8, because Hunter's Mark's good. Also, if it runs away, you can track it. I'm sure that'll be useful.
Why am I blank? No, it's a D6.
Ah, wow.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, that's a
Ranger.
shitty spell. Oh, never
Hey,
mind.
still got a 6 there.
Got a 6. That is enough. So with that, arrow impales into it, and you kill it dead there. Twiggy girl.
Okay.
Terrible. Terrible.
But other than that, she's just gonna stick by Eurydice.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. Okie dokie. So with that, at the end of your turn, getting to the first Insectoid Emissary's turn, he's going to go
Oh
ahead
shit!
and...
Wait, do I get a con save?
Oh, yes, you do. Yeah,
Is it
go ahead and
con-
make a
yeah.
con save. Yeah. Yep, make a con
What
save.
about that?
I've technically got one on my last turn, and after it charmed me.
Yeah. Yes, you
Hey.
would have. Yeah. Mhm.
It's my third nat 20. What is this?
I sit with you in these today.
Ah, I like it.
Let me mark Grokka's charm there. And then Eurydice. Nope, sorry, Eurydice. You are still charmed. I like putting the little pink hearts next to you. Look at that. Oh, you guys are. Oh, you
No.
guys are loving
Oh,
you.
besties.
Okay, all right. So then we're going to get to the Insectoid Emissary, and you can see at the very beginning of his turn, he's going to go ahead and use his villain action, and this one is going to stomp his foot into the ground, and you can just see that the ground around it begins to shake for a little bit, and then right next to you, Twig, one of
thank
these
you.
insects bursts out of the bridge.
Oh, thank you.
So it's going to be added to the initiative. Going to roll a turn for it here. And these guys suck at rolling initiative. All right, so it's added there. Okay. So there. Shake my head. All right. So that's just his villain action, and now to his real turn here. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, you know, he's just gonna tear into you, Grok. That's just gonna be that's the mood. So 2 Talon attacks. Oh wait, no, he's gonna attack Den. No. He wants to keep you.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that break my charm?
Yeah. He wants to keep you sedated. He's gonna turn to Den, and he's gonna take 2 Talon attacks against Den. So that is gonna be a. Ooh, big oof. That's gonna be a 20 and a 12. 12 misses, but the 20 hits. Oh shit, I forgot to. Sorry, this is the one downside of having NPCs that have like full-fledged character sheets. Din, during his turn, he would have activated his Blade Song, which gives him a bonus to his AC equal to his intelligence modifier. So his AC is actually 17 right now. So as he was running, he would have tapped his blade onto his armor, and it would have started to reverberate, letting out this low tone as he sort of assumed that stance. Okay, so one of those will hit for 8 points of slashing damage. Slashing into him, but with the second one, he's able to throw up his blade and parry, preventing the second attack from landing. Then we'll go ahead and have the second Insectoid Emissary. He's going to do his villain action, do the same thing, stomping onto the ground, and you know what? He's just going to have another one appear on the opposite side of Twig. Okay. All right. And then he's gonna wail. This one's going to wail into Grok now. Talons. Normal. Talons. Normal. Whew. Wow, that's an 11 and a 16. Or 11 and a 13, sorry.
Oh, yeah, both miss.
Okay, all right. So he tries to tear into you, but luckily you're focused on him, able to use your anchor and dodge out of the way there. Alrighty, very cool. All right, so then we come to Eurydice. Still charged, but you can see two of these bugs just sprout out of the ground, flanking Twig on each side.
That's not good.
No.
That's not great.
That is an apt description of what's happening.
I really don't have any in close range unless I hit them. So what I'm gonna do is turn around and get the ones off now if enough can come help. So I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the bottom one first. They get 2 Eldritch Blasts and I'm gonna see if it hits.
Okay, all right. Bottom one first. Pew pew. Look at your Eldritch.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's wow, natural 1 and max damage. What are the odds?
Oh, no.
All right, so the first one does miss. Slams into the ground right next to Nalfian's feet.
Shit, sorry.
Is that all Nalfian says?
Yep, that's all he says.
That's so funny. Okay, an 18 does hit for 13 points of force damage. That is enough to absolutely splatter that bug onto the ground. Boom, you squashed it with magic.
Hitting him. Yeah, making up for nearly hitting him. Okay, what I'm going to do as well is move. Yeah, I'm gonna move over there, so if Twig does do something, this one, she should get flanking if she's close range. I don't know what to do.
Oh god,
I assume that she was going to use a crossbow.
I absolutely hate this conga line right now. But...
So would this little guy here get an attack of advantage? Would an attack of opportunity on me as I move?
Yes, and it would have pack tactics because he does have an ally within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So it's going to do it's going to take a bite attack against you as you try to leave. So it's going to be with advantage. That's going to be a 23.
Yeah.
For 5 points of damage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit, I forgot my saving throw earlier.
Oh yeah, go ahead and make it.
Wisdom. I'm actually pretty good at those.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So Grok and
practice.
Eurydice, you both save. This is the first time a bite of one of these is hit, and Eurydice, you can feel the sharp pain on your calf first, and then the sharp sense of fear. Luckily, you breathe, the fear subsides, and you realize that you were about to be terrified of this, granted large insect, but this small creature compared to some of the things that you fought. Odd.
I'm not being scared of it. I'm gonna Hellish Rebuke it.
Oh, hell yeah. Hellish Rebuke. Do that thing. All right, here we go. Holy shit. Wow.
Yum.
DC 15.
Hell yeah.
Fuck that dude. Oh yeah.
Oh my
Hell yeah,
God.
good
All right,
job.
that is a failure for 33 points of fire damage. That is enough to just absolutely immolate. He is just gone.
I also get stuff from that, right? Or at least I should have also got stuff from the other ones I killed.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's temporary HP, right?
Yep.
All right, yeah. Dark
Locked
One's Blessing.
5. No. Add on my temporary.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Getting it.
Very good right now.
There you go.
Okay, cool. That's it.
All right. Sick nasty. Now, Fiend, it is your turn.
Okay. I don't know. Disappears and reappears here, please.
Spoop.
Thank you. First attack. With flanking damage.
It hits regardless.
Okay, woo! Thank God.
10 points of piercing damage. So stabbing with the rapier, piercing
Is it still
through
up?
that chitinous skin. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's annoying. Alright. Second attack. Oh,
Add
okay.
a d6.
I'm gonna need that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need the d6.
Roll. Yeah.
Okay, there we go for 14 points of piercing damage, and that is enough to kill it dead.
Alright. Now. We are not done here. Should be able to move now, Fian. 25 feet here. I'm going to offhand with my bonus action my dagger.
Ah, okay, very cool. Offhand, so we're just gonna
Maybe?
16.
Oh, okay.
That's a hit. Yep. And that'll be, let's see, so that'll just be 4, so that'll be 8 points of damage because you don't add your modifier to the thing. Or did you take a feat for that? Off weapon fighting?
I have, because I am a fighter, my thing
that's
is
right.
dual
You
wielding.
took 2 weapon fighting. That is right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you get full damage on that. Heck yeah. Okay. And then we also got oh, well, thank you, Death Dice and Dungeons for the raid. That's awesome. Thank you. Look at that. 10 people.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Hell
welcome.
yeah.
Okay. So, oh, and to follow from oh man, I don't know. I don't know how to say that. Okay. Little G Master and 4-cell 3s. I think that's supposed to be something else. But thank you guys for joining. That's awesome. Alrighty, so with that, you twirl around the dragon tooth dagger and stab it into this insectoid creature underneath you, dealing quite a bit of damage. It's still hanging in there, but for the most part, it's looking pretty rough. Okay.
Is it still alive?
It is still alive, yes.
Okay. I am going to... Is this a bonus action? Fuck.
But you already used your bonus action to do the
I did.
offhand attack.
Yeah, that is... Okay, yep, never mind. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, all right. Cool. Wait a second. Why is this one not on the... Oh, okay. All right. There we go. Okay, well, that's awkward. Alrighty. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and put him there. Okay, so with that, we're going to now move on to the insectoid that you had just attacked there, and he is surrounded right now. So what he's going to do is he's going to... Well, he was summoned there to deal with Twig, so he's going to take those 4 attacks against Twig.
I have Sentinel.
Oh, that's right, you do. Okay, all right. He doesn't know that, so he goes for the first attack. Go ahead and roll your Sentinel attack. See if it hits. That hits. That's 11 points of damage. Okay, with that, before he's even to bite into Twig's leg, you were able to jam your rapier down between the chitinous plates and kill that creature.
As soon as that happens, Nothing's just gonna, flash Twig a little smile.
Hey, all right. Okay. Cool. And then we come to Din. So, Din, your little NPC companion here, he is going to... you know what? He is going to use his bonus action to cast Magic Weapon on himself. To get that... Oh, thank you for something else. Hey, look at that. Thanks for the gifted subs, Mark. So he's going to go ahead and get that Magic Weapon effect, adding +1 to all of his attack and damage rolls. So then he's just going to go ahead and take that strike against the insectoid right in front of him. Bada bing, bada boom. That's going to be a 16 for 8 points of slashing damage. And yeah, that's going to be it. But now he does have that magic weapon for the rest of the encounter. Coming back up to the top with Grok.
Okay. Well, it makes more sense to hit this one in front of us, and well, between me and Den. So, yeah, let's smash the fuck out of it.
Oh yeah, getting your revenge. Okay.
I'm going to use Saving Face.
Ah, okay.
To bump that up.
Okay. Number of allies you can see within oh wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Add 4 to it. That is enough to hit. Yeah, very good. Okay. What a fun ability. Oh shit, I don't want to look like an idiot. Okay. So yeah, you swing around the anchor and you can see you're about to miss, and Nalfian just killed something. You're like, oh no, I am not fucking missing this. And with that, you recorrect your course, slam right down into the shoulder of this insectoid. I'd like you to make you and Den both need to make dex saving throws.
I don't know why that went out again.
Oh yeah, just rolled more damage. Den
Yeah, I didn't
succeeded,
even know that.
and that is a
did
failure.
not.
So you take 4 points of acid damage as it just sprays out of you as you jam your anchor into the large insectoid creature.
Okay, and then I'm gonna twat at one again.
Okay. Demolish him. Destroy him. Ooh, yeah, that's definitely gonna be a hit. 12 points of slashing damage. Yeah, you tear right down into it, and yeah, that's not looking good.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna glug down a potion as well.
Okay, all right. Bonus action, pop it, throw it back. 4. Ooh, 8 healing. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. Okay, all right. Twig, comes to your turn.
Okay. Wait, sorry, just because I can't see the tokens. So the one that was behind Grok and, like, between, like, him and Din, so that one's dead? Oh no, it's just an attack thing. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that one's still up, she's gonna move her hunter's mark onto it
Okay.
and try and down it herself.
Get that hunter's
Pow.
mark on there. Pow.
Just shooting through all of us.
It's fine. You'll be right.
16, that is a hit for 11 points of piercing damage. Okay. Add your
Yeah, just add the
DA6
hunters.
for hunter's mark. Ooh, just an extra one.
Oof.
Hey, every point helps.
And it's still up?
It's still up, yeah.
Okay. Well, then, extra attack. Hey! Another! Fourth one for the session!
Oh.
Hey!
There we go. All right, that's 20 points of damage. Whew. It's still standing. You
Man.
fire off the bolt, slams
Wait,
into the
shit,
chest.
okay.
Oh, wait, but...
Hold up.
Oh, shit. Actually, I've been doing this wrong. It's any creature within 5 feet needs to make those dexterity saving throws for hits. So Grok and Din both need to make 2 different dexterity saving throws. Yeah. Yeah. So 2 for Din. That's a 5 and a 21.
Wait. And so it is still upright?
It's still up, yeah.
Okay, because it also gets the hunter's mark again from that. Hey.
Okay, so that's
So
1
6
success, 1 failure. Grok for the first one. Oh, God. That's another 4 points of acid damage. And 6 points.
That was
Oh,
bad.
man, that's close. That's close. He's still in there, though. Ooh,
Jesus.
ooh. That's close, but he's still breathing. He's still hanging on.
Man. Just gonna keep back though. Don't want to
Okay.
go too far away though, just in case more come.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Den also needs to make a concentration check. Constitution saving throw. Okay, that is a
It's my cousin.
success. 19. He's still hanging in there. Still got the magic weapon. All right. So then we come to the Insectoid Emissaries. They are going to... well, this one right here, seeing this wonderful line of people, he is going to look forward towards Din, Eurydice, and Twig, and you can see him just breathe in and then exhale this line of poisonous gas 20 feet. So I need Den, Eurydice, and Twig to make con saving throws. Con saving throw. It's a 9 for Den, so that's a failure. Ooh, okay, so, all right. Twig, you succeed, just barely, but then Eurydice and Den both take 2d10 poison damage. Oh, wait a second.
Joe, I have a question for Dark One's Blessing.
Yeah.
It gives me +9 temporary hit points every time I kill something, and I've killed about 3 different things.
Temporary hit points don't stack.
Stack. Okay, good.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
I was like, that would be too much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that'd be insane. Yeah. So, Eurydice and Din are both poisoned. So, Eurydice's still charmed. But, yeah, you guys are both poisoned. Oh, I just removed Din from the turn order. Whoops. Alrighty. So, being poisoned, you have disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks. And at the beginning of each one of your turns, you're going to take 2d10 damage.
Fuck.
At the end of each one of your turns, you do get to re-roll to try and save from it. However, let me see. Den had a 13 to initiative, I'm pretty sure. However, with that, seeing that that he's going to die, he is going to attempt to fly up and away. Grok, you do get an attack of opportunity against him.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, all right. With that, Grok, as he begins to fly up and away, you just barely are able to sink your anchor into him. How do you want to do this? How do you want to catch him and take him down?
He wants to kind of like catch, like with the hook of the anchor, catch his ankle, bring him down, and then just fucking stamp on his head.
Oh, God. Okay, so yeah, you, as he begins to jump up and fly, you sink it into the back of his ankle, piercing right through, pull him down onto the ground, right in front of the other insectoid that flew here with him, and as he lands down on the ground, you hear that sudden crack of the different plates covering his body snap as that acid blood just begins to pour all over the stone in front of you, and just making eye contact with the one in front of you, not even looking down, you just stomp.
Oh yeah, I'll take that acid damage. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So luckily you got some good leather shoes on, so you only take 2 points of acid damage. But yeah, you can see the insectoid, the mandibles are just sort of like moving rapidly in front of you as you just squashed the one he arrived here with. That one, though, is going to fly up and away, and you are not able to take an attack of opportunity because you already used your reaction. Okay. So he's going to fly up with 60 feet of fly speed. He's going to... Yeah, no, he's going to get 120 feet away, just up and above. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and say that at that point... you guys come out of combat. However, let's see. Eurydice and Den both need to make Constitution saving throws. See if they
take the damage when he did the thing.
No, you don't take damage. Only at the beginning of your turns.
Right.
And then until you succeed from it, it still happens.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. I guess the charm also wore off when he died.
Yeah, the charm would have wore off when he died. However, the poison does not. Okay, so Eurydice, you only take 2d10. That's 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And Den will take 6 points of damage. However, he did not succeed, so he's going to need to make another saving throw here. That'll be a 12. That is still not a success, so Den's going to take another 2d10.
Oh, no. Grok will lay on hands him.
Okay, yeah, good. Like, right before he takes those 19 points of damage, you lay on hands, and... Oh, thank you, Grok.
Nah, this place is fucked.
Yes, it is.
Right.
I agree. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Everyone keep an eye. This place is fucking awful.
Ooh. I'm just gonna
Right.
I'm gonna say that all of you dismounted your horses and they were just kind of like away
Oh, yeah.
down the
Oh, yeah.
path. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I just realized that acid spray.
We got off our
Oh,
horse.
no,
Yeah, the
no,
horses
no.
are down the path. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat of like Last of Us getting. Like,
Oh no.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Alrighty. So with
As
that.
soon as we're out of combat, Nelfian's dismissing Shadow Elf, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. Gone.
Thank you. What time is it?
At this point, it is about 7:30, 7:16.
Okay. Is it still light enough to travel?
You maybe have 45 more minutes.
All right.
So it's probably not good to just like stay right here.
No.
But-
Nelfian's already back on his horse.
you know, you said about that fucking buzzing. I think I heard it.
Yep. I'm over it, so let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Alrighty. So with that, all of you mount up, and you begin to travel further into Nalore. Now, for the next 15 minutes, you are still in that darker area where things seem to be a little bit more twisted and grotesque. But after those 15 minutes, it seems like you were right on the edge of their territory. After about 15 minutes, you do come out on the other side, and there is more life and brightness in this particular area that you're now in. And after another 30 minutes of traveling, getting right about to 8 o'clock, you can see the sun has set, and the moonlight then begins to fill in Nalore. As opposed to the bright yellow, orange, white-hot sun, you have the cool of the moon, creating this almost low blue flame over the entirety of Nalore. A stark contrast to the bright reds and oranges of the day. Everything coming to that low, deep blue hue as you continue to travel on. Like I said, after about 45 minutes, all of you do start to hear something. You start to hear what sounds like notes on a lute or a lyre, some type of stringed instrument, and a woman's voice singing. Gruff, for sure. Empress of fire in a reign of the lion, eclipsed in the eye of the empire of we Tarkirians. Empress of fire, what season may come? We fight for the day. You restore our heart and bring us to glory.
Is there a campfire nearby?
Yeah, as you slowly ride along, you can see, right in the distance, what looks to be a woman with deeper red skin and fairly blocky facial features, sitting down on the ground, a small tent behind her, and Grok, you actually don't recognize the person, but you've seen a lot of people like her. A lot of people like you. She's a hobgoblin.
Grok will jump off his horse and say, "Fucking hell, not every day you see one of us round these parts, or any."
No. And you can see that she kind of stiffens up, where she was just kind of leaning up against a log. She pushes back up against the log and says, no, and not very often do I see people here in the first place. It's great to meet you. She doesn't stand. And Grok, as you approach, you can see that she's missing one of her legs. She still has the other one, but she is missing one entirety of her leg from about mid-thigh down.
Yeah, and Grok wasn't approaching like aggressively at all.
Yeah, And she just says, it's nice to meet you. My name's Geldaven Tark. And she reaches up her hand. And you can see she has long brown hair in these different braids, bright green eyes, and like I said, that deep red skin with these tattoos framing out her face. So, Geldaven Tark.
Does she look injured, or is like she just doesn't have a leg?
She doesn't have a leg. Yeah, no, she's not like in pain or
Sorry,
anything.
just want to make sure. Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm Grok. Just Grok.
Just Grok. Well, just Grok. It's a pleasure to meet you. And, it seems as though you have traveling companions.
No, aye. We've got Nalfian, Din, Yuri, and then he kind of like narrows his eyes and goes, Schwig.
Well, it's nice to meet all of you. Please, I have some stew on the fire if you'd like to help yourself. There's not a lot. I only have a cook for one person.
Oh, no, we've got our own food. Don't want to be taking yours, that'd be rude. As much as it smells good, and, well, I do like stew.
Well, if you change your mind, I'm happy to share. So, and you can see her push herself up onto the log and sort of straighten out the one leg, which you can see definitely doesn't move with very much dexterity. It's a little blocky, but she sits on the log and says, so, as I said, not very often I see people in Nalore. In fact, most people don't travel here at all. They typically, if they want to go to Highland Pass, they go to Wexany, buy a boat, and then go around throughout the entire lowlands in Tarkir. What exactly would bring all of you through here, unless you were desperate or trying to run away from something?
Grok's already munching on like a loud raw carrot. No, we're looking for a flower.
As my very articulate and handsome friend here said, we're looking for a flower. A group of not so good people took it from us. Is any of the like around?
Do you mean, the insectoids?
More like strange, cold people.
Well, now that you mention it, there was something that I had seen, maybe, half day's journey that way, pointing west. There were these individuals who were Primordials, those who protect the fiery creatures that call this place home. I was able to see them for a moment. They were taking the corpses of the insectoids, and they were... well, I hate to mention it because it's... well, she's, it's a bit taboo to mention, but I think they might have been practicing necromancy. I saw them carry the insectoids there, and, well, they, through some type of fire or flame, they breathed life into them.
Fucking Nermomaki in these parts.
Yes.
The way she pointed, is that the way we were kind of heading anyway?
No.
Oh,
You guys are heading south. She pointed west.
interesting. And not to be rude or anything, but why are you out here? Just taking in the sights?
No. As much as I love the, it's an allure, it's just, well, as I'm sure someone like yourself or someone like Grok might know, is that not exactly treated very kindly in the city.
No, we are not.
So I prefer to stay out here. If I stay close enough to the insectoids and on the border of the insectoids and the Eladrin, well, typically things are fairly easy for me. So I make deals with travelers as they come through for any type of food or rations I may need, and I go and speak with the Eladrin if I need food, and I maybe do a thing or two for them, and, well,
Surely there are other
survive.
places you could. Not every city around here is as shitty. Are you happy out here?
I'm happy enough. I like being alone. Gives
Well,
me-
I haven't got many rations to share, but I mean, I'm happy to, if you let us, just have a rest by your camp and with you, I can happily give you some gold.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Please, help yourself, and um, if you happen to have any, well, um, honestly, if you might be willing to, I know it might be a lot to ask of you, but the Eladrin, they don't take gold, and there's very few travelers. Those people practicing the necromancy, if you'd be willing to go and deal with them and allow me to tell the Eladrin I did it, that would be enough supplies for months.
John,
Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, if these lot want to help, great. If not, I'll fucking kill them.
Nah, I'd love to. Who knows? They might have some information that we could use as well.
Quite possibly. They don't look like the type to be florists, but they might have something.
Alva's just gonna like grin at Grok, and it's just he's not gonna get it, which is fine. I think it's better that way, but he's just gonna like grin between Grok and this woman, very suggestively, but it's fine. Well, I say first thing in the morning we head that way. Eurydice, Twig, how do you feel?
Well, to be fair, we don't really have many leads as is, so I guess anything's worth looking at.
That's the spirit. Eurydice, dear.
You had a good point. There's not much else really to do. May as well take care of them whilst we're here.
Listen, have you got anything protect yourself? Because we saw some ugly fucking bug things before. I mean, one of them's melted off my fucking boot off. I stamped the fucker.
Yes,
But
they are quite grotesque. I do have my ways. Before and she kind of gestures down to the missing leg. Before that happened, I trained with there was a group of other hobgoblins who were taught by a young woman, a monk. That tradition had been passed down to me, so I have some skill with fighting. And then I also picked up a few things from books that help me stay undetected if ever I feel as though the odds are too insurmountable.
Right. I mean, your fists are alright, but I mean, I'm not using this. I mean, I'm coming back so you can borrow it. And he'll just pull out from his back a big fucking warhammer.
Oh,
If you can lift it, you could have that for a bit.
thank you. Actually, she kind of looks at it a little bit. I'd never thought, but maybe. And you see she's able to stand with the one leg, and you can see her reach over behind the log, and she kind of takes out like a little crutch, and uses that for the most part, and comes over and grabs a warhammer, which she picks up. She's fairly strong. She's able to pick it up, maintain her balance, and she kind of does a little bit of maneuvering with some twine and rope, and is able to like kind of take apart the crutch a little bit and strap it onto like the handle of the warhammer, and kind of like retrofits it in there over like the course of about a half an hour, and is able to kind of use it to lean on, but also she's able to sort of keep her balance on one and then use it to swing as well, and then go back down to using it as a crutch.
Well, with Roxy's eyes like, do you know what? Keep it. Looks better on you.
Oh, well, thank you. I had never thought to do something. Oh my god, trouble. I had never thought to use something like that before. That's quite the engineer you have with you.
Like I said, no issue. It's yours. As long as you don't mind us camping near here for the fire, and then we'll deal with those fucking knobheads down there.
Oh, of course. I have some traps set up around, so in case anything does come near, you'll hear it.
Well, we appreciate the hospitality. Question though. What exactly is going on around here? What's this hierarchy of faction warfare? I'm not really sure. We were checked when we first came in to make sure we had no ill intent. Is that normal?
Ah, I see. You met with the Afi then.
Gesundheit, but yes.
They are old spirits that over time have become more and more aggressive. Due to Duradine Dupree and his ever-expansive mindset, they've become much more aggressive in their retaliations against those who try and take what's theirs. And, well, now the guardians of this place, they see that as a threat whenever there's travelers. So, if you ally yourselves with the Eladrin, they'll take pity on you, and they will vouch for you with the Afi. But, if you wish not to be a servant, then you have to ally yourselves with the Insectoids. And, well, that may work for a month or two, until one day they get hungry. And then you, well, can no longer ally yourselves with them anymore.
Wow, this place is just bucket of sunshine.
Literally, yes. Metaphorically, no.
And you just float in between.
For the most part, yes. I try to stay out of any big conflicts, but I would much prefer to stay here and be surrounded by the beauty that exists here, and every once in a while have to defend myself or do something for the Eladrin. It's a beautiful area, and like I said, I can be alone.
Right.
Well, so you said all of you were looking for a flower?
I mean, some weird one. What does it look like again?
Red and yellow alternating petals.
It's a lily.
There you go.
Yeah, it's that.
Well, it's odd. Lilies aren't native to Nalore.
It's not. It doesn't grow here. It was brought here, and we're trying to get it back.
Apparently, this flower has a lot of power behind it and could cause a lot of destruction if in the wrong hands. And we'd like it back.
Understandably so. In the wrong hands, that would not be good. The ecosystem here is delicate enough. Throw a wrench in those gears, and who knows what would happen.
That seems to be their plan. But maybe your necromancy friends might have some insight on where we can find them.
Well, for your sake, and for my sake, I hope they do. Well, as I said, feel free to set up your tents wherever you wish. If you have any more questions about Nalore, I'd be happy to try and answer them to the best of my ability.
I think Alpin would just start making camp.
Bree's gonna tap Grok and be like, "Wanna go talk a little bit away from these people?"
Alright.
You're gonna make sure they're out of earshot, not very far away, because this place is scary. Okay. I told you I would talk to you about the whole fiend thing. I also wanted to ask you how you're doing, because I know that I'm not very clued in with what's happening with you, but I know if things are happening. I know that you have that chest and there's something going on. I just want to make sure that you're okay.
Oh, I mean, I'm fine. I mean, except this. And Grok just points to the gauntlet and goes to pull it, and it just doesn't budge.
Oh God! Just thought you
Yeah.
liked having it on.
No, I mean I did, but the more people, I smash the fucking heads in. It's just not come off now. It's fucking stuck on, isn't it?
Huh. Okay.
So that's the first thing.
The other things?
Well, other things are a bit. I mean, nastier business.
If you don't want to tell me what it is, that's fine. I just want to know that you're okay. I know these things are very stressful and can go very badly, and I just wanted to know that you're all right.
No, That's the weird thing. I'm fucking great. Like, and there's no like, you don't even need to insight that. Like, Grok is genuinely like in his element right now.
Okay.
I'm fucking
Surprised.
sound. Been told I'm doing a good job with you lot, and you know, I'm getting better. I just need to find your fucking keys.
Okay. That's really good though. That's great. I was afraid things might not be going well or you'd be having trouble, but I mean, if you're doing well, then that's good. What keys are you looking for?
Eh?
You said you find the keys.
What keys?
He's gonna insight. It's weird.
Make a deception check, Grok.
Yes.
Oh, that was almost a 2 on my screen. Oh. Yeah, it just seems like the fight didn't take something out of him. He was happy, but it seems like he just might be a little tired, you know, just kind of speaking without purpose a little bit, mumbling a little bit.
Right, well, I'm glad you're okay. Wait.
But what did that thing mean? Like, why would you be the one with the issue coming in here, and not, you know, well, me?
It's probably because of my heritage. Remember, I kind of gave you guys a bit of a brief overview. Part of it's probably that I made a deal with a devil. It's probably not too fond of that. And
Is that all? I've made deals with people.
I
Is that it? Fucking hell.
well, that's probably not it. I also you're aware with the concept of tieflings. No, parents made a deal of some sort. Children have some sort of infernal lineage. It should be that because my parents made a deal. At least my mom did.
Well, how's that your fault?
It's not really, but it means that I'm very closely tied to some very nasty people. Person.
I'm not being funny here. I think we all are.
I think you. I think about the issue is that I'm making more deals as I go, and it's making more promises. If I'm honest, I'm not totally great with like all of the ones that I'm making and all of the ideas all the things that are coming forward. Maybe regret some of them. You know, it's not great. That was probably it.
I mean, if you've got a choice, you either do it or you don't. If you don't think it's a good deal, then don't fucking make it. I've
Well,
made deals, and I'll tell you what, they can go quite well, but they can go shite as well.
Well, the creature that I make the deals with, he is very persuasive. And he
Well,
likes
don't
to
stop
phrase...
being such a fucking fancy soft lad and just say, listen, dickhead, this is what I fucking want.
I don't think of that. Well, anyway, I can't back out of some of the deals now, so... There's this thing that's been weighing on me since the theater. This devil that I was... Devil, he told me that someone that I need to kill eventually.
Was that it? Just one person?
It's not... Well, Humphrey.
That's fucking well easy, Harry. I'll fucking help you kill him. I'm not.
It's just one thing that I need to do. But I'm worried because supposedly this woman, Bianca, I think her name was, she serves Ethan something, this other devil who wants to has problems with mine, and I have to go and find her and kill her. She's supposed to be very powerful, and I don't know if she's coming for me. She could already know where I am. She could come around the corner any day, and I wouldn't know. But then I'm worried that she doesn't deserve me going and trying to kill her.
Well, if she comes for you, then she deserves it. I'll break her fucking skull in half.
That'd be pretty useful. She just... Day has a way of just saying things, making me agree to things. I don't necessarily want to. Yeah, that's his name.
What, just day, like today?
I need to tell you something. You need to not freak out. Although I think you're probably the best person to tell without freaking out. So his shortened name is Day.
But his full name's Today, right?
No, it's Asmodeus.
Okay, I presume so, but as Grok heard that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no. Especially now, so many things make sense. Especially after the like salamander called her like a thrall or spawn of the devil tyrant or the fiend tyrant. You're like, okay, yep.
Grok will just go. Oh, shite. Maybe don't say, listen, dickhead, this is what I need.
Yeah,
Might not be the best idea.
Yeah, see what I mean? Persuasive.
I wouldn't say persuasive, just, he's like, do this, you'll say, right, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm a bit, he made me do a lot of things and promised to do a lot of things that I can't back out of, and it's not a great situation, but at the same time, he's the only reason I can do this. And she just lights her hand on fire. It's also the reason that I've got these, and I've got fiery eyes, and I'm half expecting to grow horns at some point, and it's...
I mean... I get it. And Grok will, look over to make sure, Twig's talking to the other hobgoblin to make sure she can't hear. And say, you've never seen someone do, the fog from the sea or the waters before, have you? That's not normally,
Yeah, I gathered it wasn't
Especially if
normal.
someone breathes it in and they fucking die. That's not normal magic.
No.
So, I get you.
Yeah. Makes me feel a lot better to say it and not have to just always think it on my own.
Listen, I'm not fucking arsed. You don't need to hide with me. If you want to hide with the rest, I don't give a shit. But I'm not fucked, Yuri. You are who you are. You can either be a dickhead or you can be alright, and at the moment you're alright. So, don't be a dickhead.
I will do my best.
And you'll, pat her on the back, but it's Grok, so it's going to be too hard.
Just ow, ow. Just gonna hug him. Instead. She's gonna hug him and she's gonna say, "Thank you." Hey,
Alright, don't let the others see me getting fucking soft. If
Yeah,
Nalfin
I
calls me a
won't-
soft
I
lad,
won't.
I'll fucking slap him.
Yeah, you know what? I'm totally cool with that. Thank you. You were the only person I really trusted to talk about it anyway.
No, don't you worry. Do you know what this, what is it, Bianca looks like?
Yeah, Yuri's gonna change into Bianca for a second.
Oh, that's weird. Oh.
Yeah. She can use disguise stuff
Oh.
and just turn into Bianca.
Oh, that's fucking weird, man.
Right. So if you're saying I see someone looking like that coming to you to break them,
At least if they look hostile, then yeah.
alright, sound, I can do that.
I'm so sorry for this too.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Felicity.
Okay. He's gonna get up, like, hey, you go make sure they're actually setting up the tents, right?
No worries. And listen, if you can't sleep or twig still, show us those cards you got triggered like. It might calm her down after, you know, those big fucking bugs.
Ooh, yeah, yep. So that's probably a good idea.
I mean, I'll play the cards. Just I might get a bit half cut during it, and Croc will just like rummage through his pack and find a bottle of fucking booze.
That's probably make the game much more fun. Improve your strategy. Who knows?
Alrighty. So as that conversation is happening right there, we'll hop to Twig and Geldaven. So, Twig, you wanted to go over there and talk to her. Was there anything in particular, or were you just kind of just shooting the breeze?
Well, something in particular. She goes up to her. In her usual twig fashion, she looks very uncomfortable with the whole idea of it. But as she goes up, she's gonna say,
You know a lot about the area, right? And with the, I guess, so ladron and things. So,
Yes.
she pauses for a moment, just like looks to see that everyone else is like still just like away and doing their own shit.
you wouldn't have happened to, I don't know, hear the name Forrester before.
Yes, I have, actually. The house.
Know anything about them?
Yes, they're the house with the sigil of the Black Rose.
So, are they from around these parts then?
Yes, they are. Generally. You see, there is a swamp. Well, a bog. There's a land that is eastward from here. Currently called Hazran's Hollow. That area, many years ago, once belonged to House Forrester. They were observant and unyielding in their loyalty to the crown. Sadly, due to some catastrophic event in those lands, they began to be corrupted, and the house fell. And as far as anyone has known, all of those members of House Forrester died there except one. One Lady Forrester, who was buried in Raven Rock.
So they were they aligned with any of the people here?
Well, as much as my reading has led me to believe, they were some of the strongest opposition to Duradine Dupree and the reassembly of Dragon's Bay. They were the ones who said that Duradine had no right to be here, had no right to tear down the forests that were built by the spirits who live here, and that they should leave, or, if nothing else, stop their expansion. And as with most people who oppose Duradine Dupree, they wound up gone. Then without...
What about with the Eladrin and the Insectoids? Do they have any relations there?
The Eladrin were in constant communication with House Forrester.
On good terms?
On wonderful terms. The Eladrin protect the forest, the nature. The Primordials protect the beasts. And the Insectoids wish to consume all of it.
I guess one last thing. These readings that you've done, are they from any books that you have?
No, not on me, but there is a sizable library in Highland Pass. Before I left Highland Pass, I did quite a bit of reading there. It's on the north side of town. It's only a few minutes away from the front gate, actually.
Oh. Oh, well, that's helpful.
Happy to be of help. Are you just someone who craves knowledge and history?
I suppose so, yes.
Oh, good. There aren't enough people like you.
Right. Well, I mean, I'd also say, this can be a bit bored with things like that, so it's not really worth mentioning.
Yes. Well, if you ever wish to have more conversations on the lost houses of Tarkir or Iverion, I'm more than happy to have those conversations with you.
Okay. I'm surprised if you know you enjoy reading and all that you'd want to be out here then. Well, what's stopping you from just staying in Highland Pass?
Well, and you see her kind of look down towards her leg, and then back
Oh,
up.
if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine.
No, it's... There are people in this world who, regardless of what you do, and you can tell that she's speaking up a little bit more, and it's definitely the place where she's not yelling, but she is just speaking with confidence. And so much so that Grok and Nalfian, Eurydice and Din, everybody can just hear her say this last bit. No matter what you do, some people will never see you more than the monster they think you are. And I've found that no matter what I do, there are certain people in this world who never see me any different. So instead of taking the good with the bad, she quiets down a little bit, seeing that she spoke up a little bit. And so I don't take the good with the bad. I come out here, and I'm alone. If there are people who seem like they're not friendly, I hide. If there are people who seem like they are, I speak with them. And it seems as though I've made quite the call about all of you.
I mean, you seem like a nice person, so I don't see why anyone would be so mean.
Some people, they don't care how you treat others. They don't care what good things you've done. Some people will only ever see you as a monster. Luckily for you, my dear, you'll never have to worry about that. And I'm thankful for you. But for your two friends, gesturing towards Nalfian and towards Grok, that's a struggle that they face every day. People thinking that they're there to lie, cheat, and steal. That all they're good for is another sword in the army. That some places would be better off if they just weren't there. The world we live in is cruel. And sometimes I wish that there was something I could do about it. But sadly for me, in my current state, I need to sit this one out and hope that one day I find something that allows me to help more. Sorry, Twig, if you don't mind, I think that I should probably be getting some rest.
Oh, no, that's fine. Thank you for talking with me anyways.
Oh, of course, of course. She'll kind of take the the crutch warhammer, prop herself up, and make her way over towards the small tent that she has set up for herself. This would. And crawl in.
We'll go for bad for not helping, but she's just gonna sit there by the fire, just kind of like grab a stick and just kind of prod it every now and again.
Okay, all right. So, as that conversation was happening, let's cut to Din and Nalfian setting up the tents. So, as the two of you are setting the tents up, both of you have done a little bit of camping before, so you know how to set up a tent. There's no,
Oh yeah, for sure.
there's no survival check necessary. Although it'd be funny to watch Din and Nalfian struggle putting a tent together, and them failing. They do it pretty well. But as the two of you are putting the tent together, Den is just going to kind of look up towards you, Nalfian, and say, is this a good time?
Oh, what, for our little date? Go on, dear. And he's smiling, like he's obviously making a joke out of it.
Yeah. So he'll, he does say, well, you said we needed drinks, so here. And he takes a small wine cask and tosses it towards you.
Nalfian will kind of like narrow his eyes a little bit because he's confused as to what he has to say, but he'll take it. He's not gonna disregard a drink for free.
Yeah. So you take a swig, and then
Yeah.
Den kind of opens his hand, gesturing for you to throw it back to him.
Nalf will take one more drink and then throw it back.
He pops it and drinks it himself and recorks it and puts it back around his side.
All right, what's this all about? What's going on?
A couple things. One, I just wanted to say thank you.
Or
Well, for one, back when we were with Bishop Redemny, you and Grok, neither one of you pressed me at all. You knew that I was going through something. You knew that I had trauma and I had pain. And neither one of you tried to get anything out of me. And I cannot tell you how much I respect you for that and how much that means to me.
some things are better left unsaid. I understand.
Exactly. But brings me to my second thing, and you can see he's kind of stopped putting the tent together.
Look, Dan, if you're expecting a kiss, it's not happening.
And you can see that laugh was definitely the thing that he needed to break the tension. No. That's not what I want. Sorry, no offense, but you're just not my type. I know that you and I have had very different lives. That much is true, and I don't need to say what I think has been different.
Alfie's smile drops.
But you and I, if I'm right in my assumptions, we have a lot in common. We were hurt, and we decided to internalize that and to keep it close to our chest. I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to step out of line. I haven't known you for that long. I saw what it did to me. And although we've only been traveling together for a short time, I care greatly for you, Nalfian. For Twig, for Eurydice, for Grok, all of you. You've given me love and kindness and respect that I haven't had in so long. And I can see the way that echo steps closer towards you. And I can see the way that you look sometimes. I've had that same look in my eyes. And I'm not telling you to do anything about it. All I'm saying is regardless of what anyone makes you feel, the way that you've treated me, the way that you've treated all of us here, you're a good man, Nalfian. And you deserve to be treated with respect. You're not a monster. I know that...
Well,
Sorry, it's been a while. I'm not very good at this date thing. I don't think that's what you're supposed to do, is it?
I wouldn't know if I opened with that, but...
I suppose you're right.
Dan, I appreciate what you're saying, and, you know...
something I'm sure myself and probably Grok even feels a little bit sometimes. Our new friend over there was right. And it's a little hard to not think that way sometimes. But I hear you and I appreciate it. I'm not used to genuine compliments.
Well, genuinely, from one person to another, I'm happy that I could have done that for you. And I wanted to have a talk with Grok too. I just thought it would have been suspicious if all in one night I went from person to person.
No, I appreciate it and I'm sure he will too. It's good to have someone remind you. Because I can't speak for Grok, but I know that there have been times when the way Twigs looked at him, some of the things they've said or done, doesn't always feel good. Whether it's purposeful or not, whether it's in ignorance or just not knowing. Yeah, that shit hurts. But we aren't, as my friend would say, soft lads, so we deal with it.
Well, you know, you've met my mother. She's a great woman. Very smart, very wise. And she always told me that the best way to deal with problems is to talk them through. So maybe you can be a soft lad just once.
Thanks, Den. I appreciate it.
No problem. The fire's getting low. I'm gonna go get some kindling. I won't venture too far. I'll be fine.
Stay close.
I will. And he flashes you a quick smile, and then turns around and goes to grab some kindling. And I'd say at about that point, Grok, as you're coming back towards the tent, towards Nalfian, Den does pass you, and he just says, Grok, just real quick. Jimmy, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. I just wanted to say, you remind me a lot of my brother John. And you have to understand how big of a compliment that is. So, thank you for being bullheaded, strong, and always willing to laugh at even the stupidest jokes.
Thanks for putting up with my shite. And you like kind of like ruffle his hair, ruining his man bun.
You know, John used to wear his hair that way too. If there's a way that he would tie it up so it would always stay out of his face. I'm not gonna do your hair because that'd make me a soft lad, but I can at least show you how.
I mean, you look over to Twig and say, "Beach putting fucking oil in it."
Yes, it does. And Grocky's gonna hug you. And then pull back. Sorry. It's been an emotional day for me.
No. Don't worry. I'm sure John will be proud of you, mate.
Thank you, Grok. I hope he is. Well, I gotta... Oh man, these embers, there's so much dust in the air. I gotta go get some kindling. I'll be right back. He kind of turns away and you can see him just rubbing at his eyes every once in a while as he walks away to go grab more kindling. Okay. Alrighty. So he walks away and grabs some kindling. Eurydice, Grok, Twig, Nalphine, do you, any of the four of you have anything else you'd like to do before you head to sleepy? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Nelphin's gonna put his locket back on. And he's gonna go very cautiously have a seat next to Twig.
Okay.
Like as he sits down, like Twig's just been like prodding at the fire this whole time, like very obviously like just like caught up in her own thoughts. She kind of sees him sit down next to him, kind of looking up, and as soon as it's like she recognizes that it's him, she kind of just like looks back into her lap.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this seat taken?
No, it's not. You can sit there.
Are you doing okay?
Yes. I just. Well, I mean, I guess. Well, while you're here, I just. Well,
She kind of like stiffens her back up a little bit.
I just wanted to apologize for what happened with the cards and all that. It was stupid. I'm sorry. Eurydice pointed it out, and well, it was a special deck, and well, I thought maybe it'd be a reminder of home or something, but you know, it was stupid. So I don't. You can get rid of them or whatever you want. It's fine.
Twig, I'm gonna... About the cards. Now, I'm telling you this not because I expect pity or any bullshit. I'm just telling you this because there's gonna be people in the world who are very much the same. I'm telling you this because what you should expect is that not everything in this world is always so black and white. Obviously, I'm from the Underdark. What I thought was obvious, I guess isn't, and how am I supposed to expect that from a little girl? Or from people who just don't know shit about there. Everything down there is cutthroat. You can't take 2 steps out the front door without looking over your shoulder and expecting a dagger in your back. It's about power and control, blood and faith. It is this matriarchal society, and you all bow to the Spider Queen, if you will. Everyone's ruthless and bloodthirsty. The most clever fighters, the most clever diplomats you will ever meet. Think of it as a game of houses with an impossible victory. Each of those major cities, they work very much the same way. Every family has a house, every house has a ranking, and the higher up you are, the more power you hold over everyone. You want to move up? Well, the only ones who can are women, and they are born into greatness. And as a man, I had to prove my worth every single day. And if I faltered once, my throat would either be slit or I'd be tortured publicly for the humiliation of my family. You want to rank up and move up as a house? The only way You take out every single family member in that house above you. Every woman, every man, every child. And it needs to be done as quick and as clean and no witnesses. And if you're successful, well, no one's left, your house moves up and takes that spot. You fail and you leave one person behind. And Twig, you don't want to know what happens then. And they do it all for her. Every step, every rank, every life lost for her. And he pulls out the deck of cards and he shows her Loth. This thing, this creature that crawled from the very pits of the abyss, she feasts on torment and pain and agony and sorrow and fear, and they all flock to her and beg for just a drop of that power. Now I'm telling you this because I want you to understand that where I come from, things are very different. And there are people in this world who believe that's the way life should be. It's the only way to live. But for a very long time, I was forced to believe that. I had no other choice but to believe that. There are things that I've done and I am not proud of, and there are things that a different part of me was very proud of. And I can tell you right now, I'm sure Grok feels the same. I look at him and I see a brother I've never had. Because I look in his eyes and I see a very similar... I tell you this, so when you look at the two of us and you know what hells we crawled out of and what hell I'm living through every single day, that's why things like this... And he holds up the card again. It's why things like this are bullshit. And he will toss it into the fire.
I'm sorry, Nafia. I didn't mean to make things worse or anything like that. I feel like I've been doing a lot of that recently.
But you can't know everything. You have nothing to apologize for.
Well, I probably should, at least thought about it. I mean, Eurydice wasn't really sold on the idea. It was me that was really pushing for it. I should have just listened to her.
Like, it is okay. I just wanted you to know. And when Eurydice stops hating me, I'll tell her the same thing.
Wait, I don't think she hates you, though.
I don't think I'm at the top of her list.
I guess not. I mean, I feel like if anything, it was quite the opposite. But, I'm sorry, I don't want to, no, I don't want to bring up anything like that for you, so I'm sorry, and I know that, well, I feel like Eurydice, I don't really think that she dislikes you at all, genuinely.
Well, I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
I mean, what did you say to her?
I told her that Okay. Maybe I
First time Nalfian's ever made that noise. Huh.
should have said something a little different. I'll admit. I just said.
What did you say?
I just told you don't.
That was it?
Yeah. That was it. Saying it out loud, a little different. And you know, I think that's enough for tonight.
Okay. Well, good night then.
Good night, little bird. And he'll like look like he's gonna give her a hug, but he's not. And then he's
No, fuck that. As soon as she sees that, she's gonna just like launch him, just give him a
okay, but Nalfin's gonna be like looking over his shoulder to make sure that Grok is not watching. And he's just like hug quickly.
to go try and hold him.
Does Grok see, or is he already asleep by this point?
Nah, he's probably like drinking the last of this bottle, and like the moment it's finished, he's like hitting the end of the bottle, like fucking. And then at that point, you're like, as he's going, fuck it, he just looks up and sees those two. He's like,
And just like, as like, you know, if Nalfian's obviously been like trying to look over that way and been all weird about shit, Twig will just say,
I don't think Grok cares.
He's gonna call me a fucking soft lad. I can feel it.
There's nothing wrong with being a soft lad.
Okay, good night, Twig. And Nalfin will like slowly take his hands on her shoulder and like pry himself off.
yeah, she'll let him.
He's gonna eat himself to bed.
Alrighty.
Fast walk to avoid Grok.
Whoa.
Dude, calm down tonight.
Oh my goodness. And Den heads off to bed as well. And the last two that are left are Twig and Grok. You two just.
I mean, Twig wouldn't be up there for much longer. She'd probably just like sit there for a little while, like, you know, still just kind of prodding at the fire, but then make her way to bed as well.
And then everybody heading off to sleep then?
Grok would be the last one. Grok could kind of sit next to the fire.
Okay. At this point, Twig had gone to bed.
Yeah, okay. And oh god, I'm gonna have to message you what Grok's doing.
Oh, sus.
Holy diver! Okay.
Do all secret shit we do all secret shit in front of you guys.
Jamie's
Grok,
different.
there's been
though.
so many secrets tonight. What are you doing? Stop hiding stuff. You gotta drop it.
Here's the night for dropping secrets.
Alright, here we go. Let's see, Jamie. Here we go. Holy diver! Okay. Okay. Now, okay, I'm gonna send you a question. Wait, no, wrong word. Yes or no?
No.
No, okay, opposite side. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, you can see at about this point, given the fact that it's been a little bit more than a week now, after the travel by sea, you can see that for the most part it's healed-ish. And it's odd looking at it in the flame, because you're not sure if it's the shadow cast by your fingers or if it actually is. But you swear that you see tendrils moving underneath the skin, as if it were floating underneath the water, weightless. What do you want to do?
I think at that point, I mean, Jamie's like, I fucked up, but Grok not being able to kind of discern the fact that if he's drunk or if he's just hoping he's drunk, he'll just kind of like kick some mud over the fire and head to sleep.
Okay. All right. So you head off to sleep, kicking mud in the fire. And with that, as all of you head to sleep, ready to wake up the next morning to deal with whatever fiery cultist may exist next door, that is where we are going to end tonight's session. Whew! Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
There we go.
We spent so long not playing. Can we not play for longer?
I want Drock to have a squid arm.
Ew.
Yeah,
That's my production.
one squid arm and the other a gauntleted hand that he can't remove.
But
Brock is
imagine.
really 0 for 2 on appendages right now. Well, he's 2 for 4 on appendages right now.
That's so funny.
Oh, buddy. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody, tonight. Thank you once again to Death Dice and Dungeons for the raid of 10. If any of you are still here, appreciate you greatly. And yeah, so be sure to tune in on Tuesday for the Salamander Coast, next Friday for the Explorers of Ephera, or next Saturday for the continuation of the Isles of Iverion, which we didn't have last week. I know. I'm sorry. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you, and I hope that you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or night, wherever it is. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.